like blue and green. Hustle up, make on you know James Jones. I make me step like a centipede. Take the lead in the war, I want them feel alright. So, yeah, man. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I ain't even big up the people them in the place. I ain't even big up the people them yet, man. Shout out Moonshine. Walk on. What you say? Wanna? I want them feel like OG Ellen James. They are. Walk on. Come on. Slap the like button, share the stream and all them things there. Come on, Mark Smith. I want them feel alright. Come on, come on. Yeah, man. G Blizzy in the building. Yeah. Shout out Kane Blizzak. Come on, Kane. Rise up the flag, them. I want them feel like. Ma, that is the thing what we like. Yeah. Shout out El Cid. They are. Man said, Yaga. One bag of weed and bumper clock grabber. Ma. One bag of gal like. Lord. One bag of gal get. Lord. One bag of. Yeah, lick the gal in with it. Lord. Old time Liggy. Don't smoke no ciggy. When we ride out, it's Tupac and Biggie. Cheese. Shout out Barry Coogan. Alright, man. So we up there, yeah? Yeah? I hope you that caught the video earlier, man. Nice. Run that video up, man. Leave your comments in the chat about the scenario that happened, yeah? Yeah, man. There's nowhere to run to, baby. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run to, baby. You better stay inside. Yeah. Oh, man. Alright, man. So, should we get straight to work or do you want to tune in it, yeah? Press 1 if we should rise up a tune. Press 2 if we should get straight into the video. Yeah? I'll tell you what tune it is, yeah? I ain't even picked one yet. I'm just gonna pick a random one. But yeah. So we're gonna go with however much people vote, yeah? You can only pick 1 or 2 in it. Yeah, all these other weird numbers that you might want dashing. Yeah? Yeah. So Mad. Slap 1 or 2, yeah? Betty's got bare pages. Black girl problems. What Betty wore. Betty's closet. She got bare channels still, man. So you'll be able to find her, man. You know? And differently, sorry. If you look out for a live stream on Big Face Affiliated, aka Jupiter Affiliated, yeah, you should probably jump on Jupiter's panel still and start barling about the jamos. The jamos! Yeah, man. So, yeah. Alright, so we got 1 vote, yeah? Bam. One sec. Suck your mother 1 million times. Alright.
Boy, the girl a walking Maggie. Boy, the girl a walk.
Alright, click it.
Don't worry, girl, guys.
You know how we got eyes. We got a night, we got a night, we. Hey, Rolex. Do the Rolex. Do the Rolex. Ah. Oh, we got all night. We know how we got. We got all night. 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 Ah, yeah. We got all night. Let it play. Oh man. Look at swept, huh? Wait. Oh man. Yo, I said click it. Remove top bomber clout, man. I want them feel it. Yeah, man. I big up the garage gangsters, man. Yeah. If you had a Patrick Cox loafers, then you're a G. Yeah. If you wore fucking trousers and shirt to a rave, you're a fucking gangster. Yeah? What? Oh my days. Yeah, man, so let's remove that. Yeah? Alright. Alright, man, so let's quickly review this upload I uploaded earlier. Yeah. Yeah, man, let's review that real quick, man. You know, how you notice, yeah, Capping Gang can't type right now. Yeah, Cap Gang can't type right now. Cockle doodle and them, man, they're hiding, cuz. Yeah, man, but
no morals.
A child with a Nigerian. That's what
you
you're gonna
two have no morals.
Naive
Betty,
until that
you've got no
day,
morals, love.
As long as
No
you're still
morals, Betty.
And no
morals, Jupiter.
I don't have to
on someone's dead child.
You're not married to a Nigerian.
That was awful, wasn't it, bro?
Having any kid with a
Nah,
Nigerian.
that's just beyond the pale, bro.
Do you know what?
There's nothing we could do to each other online that would warrant some type of behavior.
That is so low. That's below.
There's nothing anybody could say or do
That's
to me
not
online.
scraping.
Let me pause it there, yeah? That's what the capping's gonna be, yeah? That allegedly Lady D and Nine Ether has been attacking Jupiter's children. We're never gonna hear any recordings like that though. Yeah, we're never gonna see those screenshots that show that. There's never gonna be no recordings brought forth. So we're just gonna say Jupiter's blatantly lying, innit? Blatantly lying. Yeah? Blatant. Mad. Yeah, man. I'm doing it to protect my children. I know that I can't cuss my children, and then I start cussing dead kids. What the fuck? What the fuck? You even got man capping and caping for that. Yeah? Yeah. Capping and caping, fam. Mad. You know what man said to me? He said, yeah, but no one said nothing to you when you displayed in arts dead, mum. I'm like, wait, hold on a sec. What the fuck has that got to do with Jupiter this and Lady D's dead child? Huh? What the fuck has that got to do with Lady D, Lady D's dead child getting dissed by Jupiter? Like, how have you come up with doing your 2 o'clock in the morning barling? Very, barling, yeah? Is that when you concocted that story, yeah? Bad. Oh, shit. Mad. So, I would like to know, big up yourself, Dave, cuz. I would like to know if anyone in the chat thinks it's okay for Jupiter to talk shit about Lady D's murdered child. Yeah, sorry, Lady D, to keep saying it, yeah? Because I had this bleeding heart's dead mum because they had pictures of my family on their shit. How the fuck have you even worked that out? Like, only a spaz could try and make that as a reason that it's okay for someone to do something like that. That's mad. So what are you saying, man?
Not much. Not much.
Crazy out here, man. These streets, man.
Standards keep slipping. Standards are going down all the time.
Yeah, man. You know how it goes, bro. You know how it goes. The excuses are worse than the slippery standards, innit? I said this is the stuff that lets you know that the issues that might be happening day to day and around the world or whatever, the reason why they don't get stopped here is because people cap for arseholes, scumbags, like people, and someone will cap for a nonce out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, if you're capping for someone saying that it's okay to talk shit about someone's murdered child or whatever, that's weird, cuz. You know what I mean?
Nico in the chat seems to be worried that Jupiter might get cancelled. The fuck is he talking about? I've never heard such a weird comment in my life. Let's see if Dave's on this. Let's try and cancel Jupiter. What? Like, I can't give a fuck.
You man are gonna follow her about to wherever she goes anyway. Like, so there ain't no cancelling or whatever. But yeah, if you see something, you can call it out. This is the weirdo shit that these men are trying to do, Dave, yeah? Is that because these men are such big cucks or whatever, instead of saying, yeah, do you know what, actually, that's fucked up or whatnot, they're going to try and make any excuse to say that, oh, you can't say nothing because I love them. You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing because I love them. Like, what? Of course you can.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all a bit mad, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I don't know if you heard. Did you hear this stream at the time, or have you seen this video?
No, I've not. I've seen the thing the song that she did, yeah, but I've not seen anything else.
That's mad, isn't it? That's mad. I played that song a few times, yeah, but True, I haven't spoken to Lady D yet or whatever. I won't play it again unless I get the go ahead for, you know, from Lady D on that one there still. So, but everyone's heard it and it's on the stream. And Barry Coogan's got a video where he's recorded from before the song or whatever, innit? Like, so whatever sort of capping that people are gonna try and do to act like things ain't the way that it seems in the video, I'm not too sure, mate. I reckon if you listen to the video, the context gets worse. It don't get better. Yeah. So the further back you listen to it from, the context gets worse because from in there's no reason for anyone to be talking about Lady D in the first place.
Yeah, my honest opinion is my honest opinion is really like some people, as long as people are talking about them, they don't care. So they'll say anything to get people to talk about them. So I think that's pretty much how it goes, isn't it? Some people just.
All right, let me play some more, man.
They live for attention.
You know this one here, yeah? We ain't got a pause or nothing, cuz, yeah? Because it's live. Live. What? Shut up, man. You're a dickhead. Lady D can decide to do what she wants. Yeah? And you know what's mad about this, yeah? Is that let Lady D or 9ETHA make up a song dissing one of Jupiter's dead children. Yeah? God forbid they don't fucking pass away or anything like that. Yeah? Then all these man that's capping in the chat, yeah, will be trying to burn all sorts of fire. Yeah, they would have petrol, blowtorch, bombs, dynamite, dandymite, matchsticks, burning crosses, all sorts.
Dandymite.
You get me, cuz? Yeah, they would have every sort of explosive, C4, mad lighting bare fires, talking about, oh my God, did you hear what Lady D and 9ETHA said about Jupiter's dead child? This is so disgraceful. I can't believe anyone would even say anything like that. Jupiter would never say nothing like that. Yeah. That's literally what they would say. Yeah? My God, let me play, man. Blue.
On your phone
You saying that you never saw it?
Why did that be on your screen for you to screenshot in the first place?
You just said you screenshotted it, so it's been in your possession. You've just admitted to being in possession of CSA.
Look, 9ETHA, I haven't spoken your name. I haven't spoken your name for a while, but I don't know why you're begging my name. Like, we're friends. We were never friends. You're a little fucking snake. You know, all you spend your time insulting Nigerian people, using racial epithets against black people, and then claim to uplift them the next minute. I've not spoken about you on this panel today. Do you know what I mean?
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to, Betty?
You want to call on Betty's name like, bitch, I owe you nothing. I don't owe you.
Who are you talking to, Betty?
9ETHA, yeah?
Who?
Concern yourself with your family and the people that are actually your friends. We're not related. I don't like you. You don't like me. Stop.
Nobody likes you, Betty.
Like
nobody likes you, Betty. 9ETHA
I don't
is
owe
1,000 times above you.
Stop calling on my fucking name like I owe you something. I don't owe you nothing but a slap around the face.
You've got nothing to pay anything with. That's why you don't owe anyone anything. You're broke. You're dumb.
So, Chrissy
You
Morris,
fuck off too, 9ETHA.
I suggest
you're the one that called my name. I didn't call your
look,
name.
two of you talking at the same time. Can't hear.
So that I can
You
do
that
you
need
for
to fuck off,
harassment.
9ETHA.
Mate, you can't get me for harassment because I've just found out that you have admitted to having child porn on your devices and you've lied to the old girl about it. Sadly for you, this is a stream that everyone can fucking hear that on. You said you never saw it, but you've admitted to screenshotting it. If you screenshotted it, you've seen it. You've been in possession of it.
get lost, Naifa, man.
I screenshotted what I did see, which was the message.
Okay, so you denied seeing it, but you screenshotted it. How can you fucking screenshot something? How can you screenshot something and not see it?
Oh my god! The message
You have had.
Yo, like, and I don't think that like Crystal or Dave or anyone has said that Jupiter had CP on the thing. Brother, what are you doing, man? Fucking dickhead. You think this man can't run you over, pussy? Mad. Yeah, I don't think Dave and them lot said that Jupiter's got CP on her and she done this and she done it herself or whatever. So it's mad that you just always try to pass the buck over to anyone and everyone else is to blame for anything and everything but yourself. Like, I take a little bit of responsibility. Like, loads of people would have just deleted the thing, innit? Yeah, so I don't think even people were blaming you for that. But obviously, if you deleted the evidence for the shit, then it's your bad, innit? And even in that, I don't think that anyone was making. Obviously, Chris is winding you up there, saying that you've got thingmob on your phone or whatever. Yeah, but I mean, like, before this conversation, I don't think I heard anyone try to say, or anyone that was sort of with you in that sort of time to say, yo, this girl is the one doing blah, 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 you know? But now it's everyone else's fault that this shit never got investigated properly. Mad. Mad. Alright, free Crystal, innit, man? Mad, let it play.
CSA on your devices, you lied to the old Bill about it, and you closed down that group to protect your fucking dream team friends. Because that's who sent it to you, wasn't it?
Whatever, you're obsessed.
I'm not obsessed.
All this tribalism, trying to set
What tribalism?
Up,
There's no tribalism. I ain't part of no tribe.
Report me to a place.
No, I don't know. I couldn't care. There'll be 100 people that will do that.
Because you know you're lying, you mad cunt.
I'm not lying. You just said that you screenshotted CSA. You just said that. You've been in possession of CSA. That's how come you fucking screenshotted it, you fucking idiot.
But then again, so have you, Morris.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you have. Because your best friend said so.
Oh, my best friend said so. Who's my best friend? Who's my best friend?
So, number one, I never said that. Number two, you've got a picture of your son's genitals and his fucking upper thighs on your phone.
No, I fucking haven't.
Yes, you have. It was recorded.
No, I haven't.
In your fucking... Yes, it was. And
no,
you
it wasn't.
Online,
no, it wasn't.
Alright, yeah, you had that there, yeah? You've got a picture of your son's blah, blah, blah. That's wild still. Yes, for those that saying that, so-and-so brought up or was insulting so-and-so's family first. There you have it, yeah? The first direct so-and-so was come from Jupiter saying Chrissy Morris has got pictures of his youth's things on his phone. That's mad. Yeah, wild. Mad. Oh, what the fuck? Mad. It's wild words anyway. Hey, what's this pussy doing here?
When Brian L brought it out, what did you say?
Brian L is the ultimate arbiter of the truth. Brian L, the truth.
What's it your business, Naifa, if Jupiter's got my number? So fucking what? What I mean, you ain't friends. You ain't my fuck.
But pause. You see what it is, yeah? Is that like you're a weird youth, Foster. Like you're saying that because Lady or Chrissy don't care about, or as in your opinion doesn't care about Lady D's dead kid. You're basically saying so it's all right for Jupiter to say, go and dig up your dead kid then. Go and dig up your dead kid then. Is that what you're trying to say? It's weird, man. You so weird. You cock cutes, man. You love cock too much, man. Yeah, man. Stop capping and caping, cuz. That's what you're trying to say. So what the fuck is worth making the point of saying, like, he gives a fuck about Lady D's kid? So what was the point in you saying that? What does that equal? Huh? You're an idiot, man. Shut up, man. You dickhead.
You ain't got no friends, Betty. Betty, you haven't got any friends. You're right when you say you ain't my friend because you've got no friends.
Yeah? Just leave me the fuck alone. I don't like you. Do you not have any friends? Why are you...
No, you don't have any friends, Betty.
Like I fucking...
Oh, Betty.
Yeah?
Sweaty Betty.
You know what I'm seeing you, Naifa? You're just a little bully. Like, you have
a
nothing
little bully
to do. Then spend your time calling on my name.
How is she a little bully?
There's literally nothing to cap for. Like I said, if the shoe was on the other foot, yeah, and they had something to say to Chrissy Morris on the same level, like they have done, they would say it to him every single time. So why the fuck am I going to say, oh, Chrissy, you can't say that to Jupiter, if they would say the same shit to him? You're an idiot, man. Stop fucking cocking, you stupid spaz. Mad. You're a dickhead, man.
When you are putting fucking streams up about a dead child that was murdered. How the fuck is that bullying? Is that bullying?
Do I owe you, Naif? I don't owe you nothing. Crying. What's up with you?
What's up with you? Why did you think it would be a good idea to slag off the fucking murdered child of a parent? How the fuck? And you done that too, Jupiter, didn't you? You both done streams on a murdered fucking child.
Oh, you see it there? So, like, everyone keeps trying to cap here and act like Chrissy was onto so and so and this one and that one or whatever. Yeah. When Betty was saying she's getting bullied by Nyanifa, Chrissy replied with, how can you talk about bullying when you made a stream about someone's dead child? Huh? You're an idiot. So wait, hold on a sec. You're saying because someone rates you, that means that or someone don't rate you, that means that it's all right to not say nothing when their dead child's being insulted? Is that what you're trying to say? You're a pussy, cuz. Idiot. I said, who's this? I don't know who that fucking is, mate. Let's have a look. Who's that?
You alright, mate?
Yeah, who's that?
Just I stumbled on your stream, saw an open link, figured I'd jump in if that's alright. I can leave if you want to.
Alright, but what?
I just saw like all the arguing that was going on. I was like, oh, I need a front row seat to this.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I can leave if you want to, if like, you know, if you're doing your own thing.
Well, it depends what you come to add. What you come to add?
Well, admittedly, I did jump in like midway. What is it that you're watching then? Like, what's the discussion?
We're watching a review of someone insulting someone's dead child.
Wait, really? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why? What the hell? Why would he insult a dead child? That's like, you know, that's the lower of the low there.
Well, you got people in the chat that think it's okay because they don't like the person whose child died.
Yeah, that's a step too far, though. I mean, you can hate the person, but when you're passing that on to innocent people, especially a dead child of all things, that's taking it 10 steps too far.
Yeah, but this sort of stuff happens, yeah? When...
Yeah.
instead of wait, hold on, listen. This sort of stuff happens here, yeah. When instead of worrying about what's true, what's not, and what's fucking right and what's wrong, people take sides on, oh, I like this one, or this person called me a pussy before, so I'm not gonna say nothing when their dead child is being insulted or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's just stupid, because taking sides, just at that point you can cross any moral boundary. You know what I mean? It's a bit like, for example, let's say me and you were in, a bit of a heated argument, and people started taking sides, and one side started making fun of, if you had like a deceased child yourself. That's too far. It's not about sides, it's about what is right and wrong, because taking sides is all good and that, but at what point do you say, hang on a minute, this is wrong?
So is it okay for me to insult someone else's dead child because the person whose panel I'm on has insulted someone's dead mother before? Is that okay?
If he's insulted someone's dead mother, I would say don't stoop to their level and insult, the dead child. You know what I mean? Because at that point, you open the floodgate and you open the door for what is okay and what's not.
Okay. All right. Well, let me play the rest of the video.
Yeah. Go on, mate.
If you wanna make a comment, shout pause.
Oh no, I will do. Thank you.
You pair of scumbags.
Outrage.
Not fake outrage. I'd say it if it happened to you, Jutes. If it happened to you and someone did it to you, I'd say it to them.
And because I basically put
not fake outrage, you two have no morals.
Go to the police.
You two have no morals. You two have no morals.
A child with a Nigerian. That's what
you two have no morals.
Naive
Betty,
until that
you've got no morals, love. No morals, Betty.
And no
morals, Jupiter.
I don't have to
on someone's dead child.
You're not married to a Nigerian.
That was awful, wasn't it, bro?
Having any kid with a
Nigerian. That's just beyond the pale, bro. There's nothing we could do to each other online that would warrant some type of behavior.
That is so low. That's below the barrel. That's not scraping the barrel. That's below the barrel. And you two horrible fat cunts are under it. You're under the barrel, Jupiter and Betty.
Who gives a shit? I don't regret it. I go low.
Okay, then fine. But when something happens to you like that,
that's pretty bad.
And you get your karma, then you might think about it.
My kids and told lies in the side chat, mate.
What? So you thought you'd go for a murder if someone's murdered child as revenge?
10 years
you
ago.
low life
Whose
cunt.
fault was that anyway?
Low life cunt. You low life cunt. Better than you. Better than you.
I doubt it.
No, I know it because she
that's got nothing to do with it. That's got nothing to do with it. Come on, we're all human beings at the end of the day. There's got to be some limits. If you're a human being.
You know what's funny, yeah? That you didn't hear none of these pussy old cucks in the chat make up no noise or say, oh, look, Chrissy Morris said he would do the same thing if it was Jupiter's child that was being insulted. As you, man, suck pussy and a dickhead. Waste, man.
I think the problem is, though, is that when people start, having stances on things, that applies to them as well. So if people want to say, oh, I can make fun of so-and-so, people will do that to them. It's a double-edged sword. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like if one of them got doxxed and stuff got sent to their house and the other person was laughing about it and saying, oh, that it's fine, it's completely on the level, but it happened to them, I don't think they would have the same reaction. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's how these men are, man. They always do that same shit, bro. These men are, most of these brothers in the chat are dickheads. They take sides on who they like rather than what's true or what's right.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
That's why these men are pussies.
Yeah, you know what? You're completely right there. People shouldn't take sides. What they should do is choose between, they should choose what is right and wrong. Because at the end of the day, if you take sides, you're opening Pandora's box with that. You could take a side on one thing and realize that, oh, there's a bunch of horrible stuff behind it. You know what I mean? Pretty sure the Nazis got
Yo,
that
can you hear me?
philosophy.
No, what's happened? It's like I can't hear nothing.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was just grabbing a can.
You have your own limits.
There's no limits.
Yeah.
Yo, you still talking?
Oh yeah, I'm still here. Am I coming through?
Yeah, sorry. Say that little bit of what you said again, because it cut out when you
Oh
were
no,
saying
it was just saying sorry. I went quiet. I was just grabbing a can of beer.
All right. Friday night tinny, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I love
Yeah,
stuff like
okay,
this,
man.
so I'm down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. 'Cause you know what, cuz? Yeah, I swear you've been on this panel before. Have you been on this panel before? Quite a few
I've
years
been
ago.
on like, oh no, if it was years ago now. I've been on a few like things like this on YouTube and stuff, but I couldn't really say. But I don't think I've been on this one.
Yeah, my bad. One sec.
Oh no, it's all right. I was just staying quiet because I thought you were going to replay the video.
All right, I'm going to play a bit more, man.
Yeah, go on, go on.
And,
She's concerned.
well, no, you should have. Well, this is what I'm saying. As a human being, you should have some limits of your own.
Yeah,
like
you're
I
right,
said,
Science.
there is nothing
Yeah.
anyone
Well, maybe
can
I'm
say
not
to
a
me.
human
online.
being then, Science. I don't
No,
really
you're
think
Well, that's the
about
thing
it.
is, that's the thing is, in
You're
my country, I'd
Sasquatch.
expect more. In my country, I'd expect more from a human being because there's nothing
Goody
someone can say
Google.
to me online that would make me make fun of their dead child. I'm telling you, there's nothing anyone
No
can
one
say
made
to me.
fun of
No,
it.
I'm
I
with you on
stated
that
the
one,
fact.
Science. That's far
No
too
one
low.
made fun of it, Science. What he actually
Mate,
said was,
Come on,
why
You
is
was
she sitting
loving
online?
it, Jupiter.
Why is she
You was
sitting
fucking
online
loving it.
shouting
You
out
knew
about,
that would
about
cause that lady
racism
pain,
instead
and you
of actually
fucking did it,
finding
fully
out who killed
knowing
her son?
that that would
'Cause I
cause her
would.
maximum
If I
pain,
was a mother,
and
that's
you
what I would
fucking
do for
loved
the
it.
rest of
You
my life.
horrible,
Want
cruel,
justice.
fat
Not come
idiot.
online talking about fake racism like she does.
Fake
first of
racism.
So what?
So
all,
it's
So what?
racism
Even if
is
they
fake
do,
now.
even if someone did do that, that
Nobody
still
is
wouldn't justify it for me.
responsible for anybody's child dying. If you've got
Is
a problem with
racism
someone's
Yeah,
child
but
dying,
now.
you need
taking,
to go
hang
talk
on,
to the
rubbing it
person
in their
that murdered
face. Listen,
the
rubbing
child.
it in their face and making shows
Jupiter
about it.
is not
All right, yeah, that's true, yeah. No one's responsible for the child dying, yeah, but you're responsible for your actions after that. Like, if you are insulting the person because you don't like them and their child died, then
Yeah.
that's your bad. That's not the person you dislike.
Yeah, no, it's a completely separate
Yeah, that's
entity.
you. That's your actions. I don't know how
Yeah.
or what there is, how any of this explanation, any of this cocking is helping
Yeah,
out
no,
or
it-
whatever, man.
Yeah, no, it's
Idiot
pettiness
business.
because it's well, I mean, it goes beyond the level of pettiness, but it, you know, if you're in an argument with someone or whatever it is, and you know they're insulting you, you're insulting them, you know, whatever. But when you start going that step beyond, and
The person they're speaking about isn't on the panel. The person they're speaking about isn't even in the chat listening. The person they're speaking about hasn't been on the channel for a good few months.
yeah,
So, you know, there's actually no need for even
yeah,
the
not
person
especially
or
when
the
when the
child to
person's
be
not there.
mentioned
Yeah,
in any context or conversation at all.
especially if you're gonna have the balls to say it to you know, online, but you're not gonna say it to the person themselves.
But it's just whether you're gonna say it in a person's face or not. It's just not something that we are gonna be doing, right?
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong, it is wrong.
Insulting murdered children because I don't like you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That really
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
make
malice.
sense.
That's
This
evil.
for a murdered kid because I dislike you, even though I've got my own children that haven't been murdered or whatever. You know what I mean? That's low life behavior, cuz.
No, exactly. I mean, as I said, if me and you were in an argument, I would never bring your children into it. They've got nothing to do with it. It's beyond the pale, and you're opening the door to all sorts. You know,
I won't open the door, yeah, but if you open the door, I will step through with both feet. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm saying, yeah,
yeah,
I'm in Little John mode, innit, yeah? I'm not Michelle Obama, innit? So if you get low, yeah, then I'm getting low, innit? Like, so it is what it is. But
Oh yeah, no,
even with
don't get me wrong.
right,
I do understand that. Like, you know, when they go low, you go low. That's fine. I'm just saying that people should not you know, people shouldn't say things that they wouldn't want said to them. If you're not going to take it yourself, you shouldn't say it. Do you know what I mean? That's not me. That's not me defending what this person said. That's just me saying that, you know, if they couldn't take that themselves, then they shouldn't say it.
Yeah. But like, anyway, man, people have exposed the way that they deal with truth and rights. Yeah, it's like, yo, if this person likes me or if they rate me, then I'll stick up for them. What kind of pussy or business? Are you fucking a primary school kid or something? Like, what the fuck's going on with your mindset? Yeah. That's crazy, cuz. I'm like, yo, it said this is fully grown adults that are speaking like this. Either parents, grandparents, and or university educated and blah blah blah, got a job, and do you know what I'm saying? Like, damn,
yeah.
No wonder why this shit's so fucked up out here. Because
bloody hell. Yeah, keep playing if you want to. I'll just
play a little bit more, man.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Responsible, neither am I.
No, I'm not saying that.
You are. Because you're responsible for your irresponsible.
I'm not saying that. No one's saying that you're responsible for it. No one.
Nothing to do with me or you.
Yeah, but your kids are alive and well. Your kids are alive and well.
It is nothing to do with Jupiter or me.
Yeah, no one's saying that she should be in prison for the murder. No one's saying that. No one's saying she's guilty for the murder. That's stupid. Yeah, Betty, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid.
You are a pair.
That's
of
what you're saying is
scumbags.
stupid. Yeah, Betty, what you're saying is stupid.
Go and talk to the murderer.
We don't know who the murderer is.
So can I
you two are low-life scumbags. You are a low-life.
All right, let me pause it there again. Yeah, so so what, is that okay? Yeah, what's going on there? Like,
yeah,
that's weird, man. That's like, cause
oh no,
I don't know what the that is trying to be reached here with that. Go and talk to the madam. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that was just. I thought my stream broke for a minute. Then I was like, "Why is it repeating?"
Nice. The one person keeps repeating that on the panel.
I will say though, when they said like, "Oh, you're responsible for your child's death," that is pure evil. Do you know what I mean? That's reprehensible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, man. The shit ain't stopped yet, but we're nearly there.
Why are you spamming that? This is again just you being stupid. This is just being childish and stupid.
Go and talk to the murderer.
No one is saying that anyone else is responsible for the murder, you idiot.
Veli, Babs wants to get on.
Yeah. Well, Betty, no one is saying that anyone else is responsible for the murder.
Your uncle muckers. Come on,
This person's a spastic. Like, what could you? Is this meant to be a conversation? Yeah, a conversation with a spastic.
Go and talk to the murderer.
What, spastic? You're just a spastic. Like, you can't even have a conversation. What's the point?
Go and talk to the murderer.
You're a low-life, Betty.
Yeah, you are a low-life
scumbag, Betty.
Nothing to do with me and Jupiter. Go and talk to the murderer.
We're not talking about. We're not
low-life scumbags.
Responsibility of the murderer.
For doing what you did, and you know it.
Go and talk to the murderer. Go and talk to the
this is why they can't talk about it, because it's such shameful behavior. They can't defend it, so they have to behave like spastics.
Who is the murderer? Tell me and I will.
Sally, Babs wants to get on. I'll reason it out in my head, but I don't care what you lot think.
Yeah, okay, then why don't you reason it out then? No one is saying that you're responsible for the murder. That's retard shit. Yeah, what we're saying is that when a child has been murdered, to make a show out of it in hatred. Like, look at this spastic. Like, Jupiter, you're prepared to have a conversation and to justify your position. But this spastic doesn't do anything.
You are not
Betty, you're a spastic, so nobody wants to talk to you. Betty, you're a spastic, so nobody wants to talk to you. If Jupiter wants to have a conversation, we can do that. Betty, you're a spastic. We can't talk to you.
Go and talk to the
Don't use the word science, bro.
Goodness me, girl. Come on.
All right, so multiple people have tried to say, like, come on, allow it now, or whatever. And even, like, if they did, shit would have stopped there, yeah? Yes, it would have been reprehensible, but it might have been something that we could move past or whatever. But just carrying on until you get kicked off is what the fuck? What are you? I don't know what the outcome that you're trying to achieve here. And why are you pausing in between calling about telling people to go and get their thing off to call me to add someone to the panel, bro? Are you mad? Like, what's going on?
I do love the fact, though, that you were the first one to call out the guy for being spastic. You know, that is great.
Yeah, that's not me. That was Scientific Method still.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, that's Scientific Method on the panel. And it's not a guy, that's Betty he's speaking to. It's a lady.
Oh.
One in the bottom corner.
Oh, okay.
In the bottom.
Sorry, I misheard.
Yeah, all right. Let me play some more, man.
Go on, man.
And talk to the murderer.
Do you know who the murderer is?
Her position is so indefensible, she can't even attempt to defend
Go and talk to the murderer.
Do you know who the murderer is,
Go and
Betty?
talk to the murderer.
Do you know who that is?
Go and talk to the murderer.
Can you not say anything
Go and
other than
talk
that,
to
you
the murderer.
idiot? You idiot.
Go and talk to the murderer.
Do you know
Go and
how
talk
to
the
use
murderer.
the English language,
Go
idiot?
and talk to the murderer.
Betty, you're driving me to
Go and talk to
Please
the
do not
murderer.
fucking say that again. I
Go
really
and
cannot
talk
bring
to
myself
the
to dislike
murderer.
you, Betty. Honestly, stop it,
Go and
please.
talk to the murderer.
I mean, you
Go and
keep
talk to the
She's just a spastic, bro.
I
Like,
don't think
you can't have any conversations.
The science, man,
Yeah,
you get
she's just a
struck.
parrot at this point.
Stop saying that.
Go and talk to the murderer.
Fucking hell, Betty,
Now she's
stop.
laughing about it.
Yeah, come on, man. You gotta have levels in it, man.
Yeah.
Now we're laughing while we're saying that sort of shit there. It's not, come on, man. You know what it is, yeah? It's like me personally, yeah, and no one else has to make this comparison anyway. But like I said, yeah, if they was talking about like a person that's fully lived their life, got children, grandchildren, rah, it's bad. But it's someone that's actually lived their life, innit? But we're talking about someone's child, man. Like the levels, innit? Like both are bad, but that's levels worse. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that goes to bedrock level, that. You know what I mean? As I said, if I was in an argument with someone, I wouldn't bring other family members in, deceased, living. You know, it's beyond the pale. You know, it's if you're going to argue with someone, argue with them. Don't go around screaming about, you know, the dead child. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man.
I think these people have got like room temperature IQ or something. I'm telling you.
Mad. But hello, crazy cuz.
Yeah.
Like we're not making fun of it, then starts laughing. It's mad. It don't even make sense, man. I don't know what the achievement was trying to, or what gain would have been made by trying to make statements like this. Still.
Oh no, it's pure malice.
Sorry, go on, bro.
Oh no! I just said it's pure malice. That's all it is.
But the person that they're speaking to isn't in the chat.
Yeah.
Isn't in the chat. Hasn't been on the panel for God knows how long. And he's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, man.
Right. Yeah, I'll mute again so you can play.
Bloody play.
Oh my God.
Talk to the murderer. Go and talk to the murderer.
Listen.
Stop trying to blame
man, that's
Paul.
fucking disgusting. Yo, wait, listen. Stop doing that's fucking disgusting, man. You're talking about someone's dead child, man. What are you doing?
With someone's child getting murdered, and you're not going to try and blame us for someone's
Keep saying go and talk to the murderer. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Are you okay?
Nah.
Don't
You're
fucking
not
do
blame
that,
us
man.
for someone's child getting murdered.
Fuck off, man.
All right, so this way you come into the stream.
Alright, you see that, yeah?
Yeah.
So you see that, yeah? Well, I'm saying, yo, this is the angle or the weird angles that people try to take. Well, I'm saying, yo, come on, man, calm down. Like, you're speaking about someone's murdered child or whatever. You're not going to try and blame me for the murder. No, it's not disgusting and all this other bollocks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I love how you come into the stream though, and you're just like straight swing straight away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's loose cuts, loose balling, man. But God,
Fuck off, man, you tramp. Fuck off, man. You're disgusting, man. Move, man. Don't fucking come round there again, man. That's disgusting, man. What are you talking
That's
about?
a fucking man.
When you talk about someone's dead child, man, fuck off, man. Do you know what I'm saying? What the fuck, man?
Bad.
Have you booted her, Velly?
Right, where's Barbara anyway?
Have you booted her, Veli?
Yeah, thanks, Belly, bro, because that was disgusting.
Yeah, well done, Veli.
Fucking
Veli, I
Trump.
don't often say
Are you
this, but
okay?
well done for booting her.
Fucking hell,
That's
man.
just fucking awful, man.
Like,
there's limits.
And you think? Does anyone think? You don't think that's okay? Yeah, to speak about someone's dead child like that.
All right, let me pause it right there. Yeah, are you ready for the answer?
Yeah. I'll need a big drink, but I'm
ready for the answer? Yeah, the people in the chat, are you ready for the fucking answer?
Drum roll, please.
Do you think it's okay to insult someone's murdered child? Yeah. Let it play.
Fucking awful. If any of you think that's okay, fuck off now.
Saviour, yeah, I'm gonna go.
That's disgusting.
I think it's the right.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I do. Yes, I think it's okay, and I'm gonna go. Yes. Yeah, all you man, take off your coat capes, fuck your mum, and shut your beaks. Yeah, me cuz. Man. Hear the rest of the answer.
No, go on.
Yeah, fuck off, Jukes. You absolute horrible cunt.
Man. If you do think that's okay, fuck off, innit? Like, don't come round there again, innit, man? Because that is fucking disgusting, man.
I can't believe people are barefaced trying to justify that.
Come on, man. Someone's dead child, man. For fuck's sake.
That's what I said.
It's not even a dead child. It's a murder.
At some limit,
you like
makes it worse.
No, come on. If you can't relate to that, if you can't relate to something like that, how are you a human being like the rest of us? If you cannot relate to some serious pain and misery like that,
go and talk to the murderer. Go and talk. Are you okay, man? That's disgusting, man. You don't do that, man.
Lucifer.
Muckers, you fucking
barbarian.
You don't fucking do that.
Don't use the R word, babes.
So you see that there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's all you need to know, man. You know, there's different levels in it, mate. Yeah. So it's like you can be like on ground floor, but some people are below the ground, innit? Like, so it is what it is, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is that it's not even like the same level. It's a completely different level when you're insulting someone's deceased child. You know, there are different levels. You are right. So it could go from insulting to maybe you're just spamming them to maybe you're harassing them. Maybe you know, when you're insulting the dead child, that's completely different. It's don't get me wrong. Maybe it's like someone out there's probably got a different sense of morality or a different viewpoint on what can be said and what can't be. However, I think we can mostly agree unanimously that insulting someone's dead child just because you don't like them is way beyond the line. They're past the line.
Hey, how do you say your name? How do you say your name? I can see it there.
Sorry, it's a mouthful. It's Baranovic, but you can just call me Bear if it's easier.
Baranovic. Okay. What is that? Like a European name?
Yeah, it's like a Polish Belarusian name. I've just like kept it on.
Okay. Yeah, man. That's where like your family's from.
Oh yeah, my family's like from quite all over, to be honest with you. Polish, Belarusian, Italian, Irish, as is, you know.
All right. Yeah, man. That's like that, man. But you know, like fucking crackheads will be crackheads, innit? You know what I mean? Like crackheads will be crackheads, cuz.
By the way, my accent's
like I said,
not too, I was going to say my accent's not too strong, is it?
No. I can understand everything you're saying still. It's just obviously, I was thinking, how do you say that?
No.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, bro, because, you know what I mean?
I do love the fact, though, that when you came onto the stream, you just came out swinging and had, like, a proper solid stance on things. Do you know what I mean? So, kudos.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We dash with people like that, man. Let them do their thing on their scummy side and all that, because, you know?
Yeah,
we leave that around there, you know what I mean? So, you know?
Yeah, no. we can all decide on, well, everyone's different, but we can all have a certain line in the sand. And they've crossed that to such a degree that, you know, 99% of people are going to disagree with them. And the 1% that do agree are schizos that need to be locked up. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who does agree with that statement that, oh, you can make fun of it, you need to get sections ASAP.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, bro. It is what it is, cuz, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's mad, yeah? Is that people wanna, instead of saying, yeah, that's bad, yeah, there's people that are asking questions trying to make, oh, but what about if someone says this, and what about if someone says that? Like, what the fuck has that got to do with what the person said about someone else?
Yeah, they're reaching at that point.
Mad.
But the problem is as well is that it's a double-edged sword. Do you know what I mean? It's a double-edged sword where if someone's gone through that themselves and they think it's funny, when it's turned around on them, they won't find it funny then. Do you know what I mean?
Right up. Yeah, hopefully no one has to go through the grief of having a child murdered.
Exactly, yeah. And
really
the additional grief of
like.
and the additional grief of some prat online trying to like think it's okay and moral and funny.
Crazy, yeah. Crazy still, man. You know?
I know, yeah. Oh, bloody hell. I'm glad I got a seat to this, you know what I mean? And thanks for like filling me in on the situation. Mad that.
It is what it is, man. Like the story ain't stopped there, innit? And then the capers and the cappers will try to remix and make new stories into why that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when you say, "Rah," are you trying to say that because you're trying to say that that's okay? Yeah, this is what they're gonna say. No, I didn't even say that. That's not what I said. I was like, so what the fuck is the point of you making the point that you're trying to make then?
Yeah, they're basically backtracking and trying to justify what they said in a cloaked manner.
Exactly.
So, I didn't say this, but it was actually this.
No, they would say, "Oh, but you said so and so." Like someone else that's nothing to do with the conversation. They weren't even on the panel on that. Yeah, they'll say, yeah, but John said so and so about someone's mum 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, where it's like what's the word for it? Whataboutisms, like, you know, stuff like that. You know, like if it was a case where, let's say I was arguing with someone and I started blowing and made comments like that, and someone else come in and said, "Oh, well, you called me out on it," and I said, well, he called me fat a week ago, so of course I can say these derogatory comments. It's like, no, that's not that's not comparable. That is, you know, a tit for tat that you've taken to the extreme.
Crazy stuff, man. No one gave Luke any grief for saying bad things about Lady D's son. Or what did Luke say about Lady D's son? That stuff.
Who, me?
Nah, someone typed that in the chat still. You know what? I'll tell you the truth there, yeah? Is like, you see, anyone that's not on like a serious account, true stories, like, I'm skimming past your comments again, innit? Because, you know, enough man are on like some hideout fake accounts making comments to try to me.
Oh yeah, if people are going to say something, I think they should. Yeah, if people are going to say something, they should have the balls to actually say it.
Yeah. They, instead of saying it in their name.
Yeah.
You
know, because I use my main account.
Apologise, but he said something bad about Lady D's son too. what's the difference between what Luke and Thingmob said then? Like, you literally just gave the Thingmob, innit? You literally just gave his, what's it called?
Oh, like my overview, or yeah, because they didn't even say anything bad about it.
You said they
I
are
just
right.
I was
So-and-so
speaking
said
about-
something bad about Lady D's son, but the person apologised to Lady D. The other person has said something, well, it actually wasn't even the person to say the bad stuff or whatever. But then once I jumped on to say, yo, different, if you man agree with insulting people's dead children or whatever, then you can fuck off. Decided to say, hey, do you know what, actually, I'm fucking off. Yeah, then I call that self-sacrificing or self-sanctioning. You sanctioned yourself like a dickhead.
Yeah.
You get me? Because like, I didn't even have to sanction you for that. You sanctioned yourself.
Well, the guy who kept like repeating "talk to the murderer," like, can you not? Can you not do anything better than repeat yourself? Do you know what I mean? Like,
that was a girl, and people did try to say before it got it went on for how long was it? It was about 3 couple minutes or whatever. They must have said, they would have said, they were saying to, sorry, Betty, because it's Betty, there's a female that was on the panel, there's Betty. So
yeah,
they were saying to Betty, like, stop doing that now, let's at least have a conversation about it, because no one's not actually trying to say that you guys are responsible for the death, but mocking the person or being distasteful about the circumstances or the person, the way the person died or whatever, just to wind up the parent. That's literally what I'm doing, isn't it?
Yes, but exactly, yeah. I think if people are going to say these things, they should have the balls to say it to them and say it out and openly. They shouldn't hide behind these, little masks and that. I'm not defending them or agreeing with what they've said. I'm just saying if they are going to say it.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
Exactly, yeah. That's a bit like me starting my own stream right now, talking a load of stuff about you, and when you tried to come on or try to reply, I just went quiet. And it's like, well, if you're going to say all this stuff, why not say it to me? Why not say it in the open? Why not keep it up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's how it goes, man. You know how this shit goes.
Yeah. They're not trolls, by the way. They're definitely not trolls. Do you know what I mean? They are just malicious people.
Yeah, anyone else that I need to be up in the chat real quick, so I'm scrolling back real quick just in case there's any fucking
go on.
trolling ass bitches in there. I can get rid of them. Alright, we're good for now still. Yeah, big up Taffy still. Yeah, man. So it's strange, isn't it, man? The angles that people want to take or whatever. Like, number one, I was talking to Betty and the reason why I was speaking to Betty like that is because it's not the first time, the second time, the third time, or the fourth time that she's on panel talking smack about people's dead, this one and dead, that one, and rah. Like, that's like about 10 million times, man. It's like, every time we give you a blight and make you come back to the panel to so and so, sooner or later you're gonna go back to doing the same shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, but
yeah,
in the effort to do you know what it is as well? Sometimes you throw a stone and it hits people in the crowd and the hurt dogs holler without you realizing that the stone fling them as well, touch them. Because when I'm saying if you think it's okay to diss people's dead children, I didn't hear a lot of the comments that was made previously. I've just jumped on. I've just listened in quickly to see if anyone in the back needed to be added. Yeah, and then I heard something about the murderer, blah blah blah, the murderer, blah blah blah, the murderer, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Then I jumped on to say no, stop that, man. You can't keep doing that, blah blah blah, louder. Anyone that agrees with that, jump off in it. Obviously, I'm thinking that sensible people are gonna say, obviously, I don't agree with that or whatever. Yo, some smart motherfucker, high IQ gangster said, yes, I agree with insulting people's dead children, and I'm gonna jump off because of that.
Yeah, that's funny,
So-
that, isn't it? Where it's like, yeah, this is my position. Bye. It was like what you said at the start when you were speaking to me. Like, you hit the nail on the head here when you said it's no longer about right or wrong or what your personal principles are. It's about sides, and it shouldn't be about sides. Taking sides is a dangerous thing. Yeah.
In these arguments.
Mhm.
So someone will take my side on everything I say, depending on who I'm going against, whether they like the person because they dislike that person, not because they like me.
Mm.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the problem with
like
taking.
I'm saying, yeah, that's not really the like a man. Foster literally just typed that out in the chat, saying, "Yeah, but Lady D don't rate you," and I'm saying, "Right, so what? Cause you think Lady D don't rate me? If someone's talking smack about her child getting murdered because she don't rate me, I shouldn't say nothing now then."
Yeah, you can have a principled position without having someone to, boost you or whatever. You know what I mean?
So,
But yeah, that was the thing. You were completely right. People take sides and don't think about right and wrong. Like, if two people were arguing and people started taking sides without actually looking at the context and what that person is, it's very dangerous. You could take the side of someone because you don't like the other side, but then that side could be filled with all sorts of evil stuff or, malicious intent. And rather than thinking about right and wrong, you're just thinking about, well, I like this side rather than the other side. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty much Nazi philosophy. It's like, well, I don't like the communists, so I'm going to join the Nazis because I don't like them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that's a bit of an extreme example, but, it's a valid thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hey, listen to like I was saying, yeah, hey, Bear Cuz, yeah, I was saying that like Chrissy Morris said, yeah, if it was the other way around and it was Jupiter who had a child, or even Betty who had a child that had died, and someone else was doing that, like I would have jumped on and said the same thing. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Because that's mad. You can't just be on here talking about go and find the murderer, go and find the murderer. Like, come on, man, that's mad. You can't do that, cuz. Like,
yeah, exactly. Because you're principled. You've got actual morals. You know what I mean?
Bruv, listen, yeah, I'll get dirty with people, innit, yeah? You have to open the door first, innit, yeah? If you open the door of insults and attacking people's families and so and so, then you can't tell me what direction to go in or whatever, innit? But if the person's not here to defend themselves or whatever, and you decide to open the door of insults about their children and blah, 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 then what the hell's going on, cuz? Like, that's different. That's a different thing. Yeah. That's not the same as raw. I'm making stream after stream after stream about with pictures of your children on the screen, and then you take the piss out of my kids, and then or you take the piss out of my mum, or whatever. After that, man said open the back door, belly will get dirty.
Exactly, yeah. If they open the door for themselves, you've got the right to fucking retaliate.
If you open that door, then I'll walk through it with both feet, like I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're on if you say, if it's like, I'm not gonna open that door though, innit? Like, I'm not just gonna go straight to insulting your parents or
no,
children,
exactly, yeah. If I insulted your parents or your children,
more times, I ain't even insulted anyone's actual children. That's an actual child or whatever. People have got calling their big 45-year-old kids my kid or whatever. Brother, your fucking son's like 50. The fuck up, bro. Like, your son's about to get retirement and all that, cuz. Like, stop telling me about my kid. Like it's the same as someone's flipping teenager or early 20s child that might have passed away or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the same level, bro. Yeah, that's capping and trying to make excuses for someone that's going wild for no reason.
Yeah. Well, as I said, like, a child is innocent. They've got no part in whatever, type of strife you've got going on. I'm bringing them into the fray.
Bro, you might have been a fucking little shit when you was little, cuz, but once the kid's murdered or whatever, then like, you know what I mean? Like, people then have a bit of decorum and say, do you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. There's certain things we're not gonna insult the dead person about or whatnot. And we're gonna say, oh, your kid was a fucking little shit. I'm glad he's dead. What the fuck?
Oh no, exactly. Like, I mean, you know, if you, for example, let's say you had like a 25-year-old friend who, you know, was murdered. You know, but just because he's 25 doesn't negate the fact that, you know, he was murdered and, you know, he was still a person. It is a lot more heavy hitting with a child. You know what I mean? So, but I wouldn't try to use that in an argument against anyone making fun of a deceased relative or friend, no matter the age. Do you know what I mean? It's you're crossing the boundary with that type of stuff. It does hit a lot harder because it's a child, especially a child, but you wouldn't cross that boundary anyway with anything.
Yeah, it's mad still. I mean, it's peak out here still, man. But like, that's not even the worst part anyway, yeah? The worst part is there that after being told, like, right, allow that, or fuck off if you don't want to do that, or whatever, yeah? The last person to jump off went and made a bloody song talking like, oh, go and dig up your dead kid then. Go and dig up your dead kid then and take Velly with you.
Oh.
But, like, that is
you're gonna have to link me these people, you know. I want to jump into a stream with these and fight them, you know.
Oh boy, bro, you just click the link one of the next times, yeah? Well, you probably won't see Jupiter around there again anyway, yeah? Well, you definitely won't see Jupiter around there ever again anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, if any of them
you'll see
have
others,
balls,
there's other people that will jump on or whatnot. And plus, like we're saying, yeah, really and truly and really, we're trying to up the guest level of opposing views and so on. So if we can get some more right-leaning people or even far-right people that actually know how to discuss points for points rather than attacking people on their flipping, oh, your nan's got so-and-so, or your dad's a blah blah blah, I've got a picture of your sister, I've got a picture of your daughter, or some whatever stupid spazzy stuff that the people that are on that
that's the thing as well. Like,
you know what I mean?
The thing is that I'm right leaning, but I'd never like have a go at someone personally for what, you know, they believe in, or like, I'm happy to discuss it and debate about it and stuff like that, but I'd never stoop to such a personal low about who they are or what they believe in. Do you know what I mean?
I actually don't care what you believe in or what you think his thing will be. It's just like, if you've got evidence to show what you're saying is true, then more times I'll actually just accept what you're saying, innit? But if it's just your stupid opinion or something dumb and spazzy, then I'm definitely not going to agree with you, bro.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. We can all point out like the dumb and like stupid stuff, but I mean, like, for example, you could say right now, you could be like, oh, I'm a big socialist. I think we should like nationalize everything. Like, well, I don't think that's a good idea. I would happily sit down, have a friendly conversation, and wouldn't stoop to any lows because this person has an opposing view to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy to discuss anything, and I wouldn't stoop to that.
No, let me tell you this, yeah. My mouth is not the cleanest in the world, yeah. I might call you a spaz or a dickhead or whatever.
Call me whatever, lads. I don't mind.
I'm not in a debate or discussion and all that sort of stuff there, really. But I'm not really going to open the door. Yeah, let's start attacking your family members or whatever. But if you open that door, you know what I'm saying? You might see me just jump through with 2 feet.
Oh no, that's what I mean. Like, as I said, if we were discussing something and then all of a sudden I turned around and said, oh, your mum's this and your dad's that and your kids are that, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it opens the door to myself as well. And as you said, you're going to jump in with 2 feet. Well, I said, like, you know, I'd never do that. You know, no matter how much someone may annoy me or piss me off, I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't like it done to me. So I'm not going to do it to them.
Hey, who's this Simbad Cad LC? I'll tell you what, you're getting deleted, innit? Because we don't. You're trying to dock someone, and we don't know who you are.
Oh, bloody hell.
Barely smashed some back doors. Like, what happened to this brother, cuz? Well, you keep getting excited about backdoor here and all them sort of things there, cuz, man. You're on the wrong stream, fam. You know me. like, shout out Simon and them man there. Yeah.
Big up Simon.
I think Marcus and all them man there, so if you want to see people getting their back doors kicked in and that, you know, you can have a little word with them and see if they'll film one of their escapades.
I'm gonna say, did you find any questions in the chat?
No. People don't really type questions unless we start having a discussion about stuff we disagree on. Yeah, big up yourself, Nixie. Yeah, man. Yeah, do you know what? Actually, I'm not about tomorrow, you know. I'm busy tomorrow still, man. Got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. I won't be on the block tomorrow still. I'll tell you what I've got though. The actual video on the proper topic. Hold on a sec.
Oh, is it on your channel?
Hold on a sec. Yeah, no, I'm gonna play it now. I'm gonna share.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
$500 years on, if they wanted to start slavery again.
Who's the Europe or?
If they wanted to start slavery again.
Press shout. Wait, hold on.
What do you mean?
Yo, Bear, shout pause if you need to say anything.
Oh yeah, no, I will do. I just muted myself so it didn't overlap.
You know how bad it is right now is that 500 years on, if they wanted to start slavery again.
Who's the Europe or?
As in, okay, because I think people.
Bro, we're basically still.
Because people don't know. There's so many people who was involved in slavery. Like, you got the Portuguese, you got the French, you got the Dutch, you got Belgium, you've got the Americans, you've got that name of people we're not allowed to say. You've got obviously the Arabs had their part in it.
Yeah.
There were so many people involved in slavery. But when you look at West Africa, because one thing people always forget is when you look at slavery films, there's a reason why when you talk about Africa, most of the slaves look like me and Chizzo. There were no sand slaves like people that look like you. It was literally.
What's a sand slave?
Like people like your complexion.
What North Africans?
Yeah, there was no like.
There's no Moroccans or Algerians or stuff.
It was all literally me and Chizzo.
The sand slave just sounded crazy.
You know, and when you actually come to think about it, you have to say to yourself.
Sorry, you're right to pause.
When it comes to slavery, who sold?
Oh yeah, sorry to jump in. So this video, is he talking about slavery in its entirety, or just like?
Sorry, you think he's talking about the transatlantic slave trade involving West Africans?
Oh, okay. Because when he started bringing up the other countries, yeah.
What he's saying is that, in his opinion, what cards does West Africa or West Africans or descendants of slavery hold in their possession to make it a never again and never could happen again thing? Do you think you could name any?
So the West Africans, they don't like so basically you're saying that what can they do to never make it happen again?
Say that again, bruv.
Sorry, I was just saying that when you said about that, are you saying that what can the West Africans do to never make slavery a
what
thing
cards do West Africans plus descendants of slavery, or even just the whole of Africa in general, descendants of slavery in any of the other countries, what cards do they hold to make sure that slavery could never happen again? That's the question he's asking, and he don't think that there is any cards that are being held right now. Really, it's just that the goodwill of people actually not wanting to be slave traders, that's making people not be slaves.
Yeah, I think it's a case of
You see, and people will make ignorant comments like this. Don't sell your own people to the white man again. So when we speak about World War II, is it white? Is that white on white crime? Is that all just the white man is fighting the white man? So it don't matter whose side or who was on. No one ever says that, right?
No.
only in times of slavery to make anything like sort of cappy, the man will say, yeah, but black people sold black people.
Yeah, it was actually the warlords that traded the lower castes of people for stuff like, like gunpowder and rifles and stuff like that. It wasn't so much black people selling black people. It was just... it is a very, complex thing to talk about. It wasn't just black people selling black people. It was one civilization meeting another and taking advantage of that civilization. The Greeks did it, the Romans did it, the ancient Chinese did it,
But I'm saying
that's not me justifying it, by the way.
When we speak about, or when people make comments like that, yeah, it's always like that's one of the main comments that gets made in some of these ignorant situations, right? That yeah, but black people saw black people. So that means basically every black African is just one set of people. Like Africa's not a continent. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a fucking continent. There's how much? There's hundreds of different languages all over the continent. Then there's literally thousands of different sets of people, tribes, groups, or whatever on that continent as well. So just saying, Africans sold Africans, black people sold black people. It's like saying World War II was just a white man fighting against each other. But they don't. They make a difference. They say the Germans were aligned with this one and that one. England was with them. France was with this. Netherlands was there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, all these, they're all in the same place though. They're all classed as just air quotes the white man, right? But no one makes them statements. Only when people making the statements about African slave trade that they'll make statements like that.
Oh yeah, no. Well, the thing is as well is that in World War II, the French still had a lot of colonies in Africa, so they drafted up a lot of African troops to fight for them. And then obviously, it wasn't just like white on white, because you also had like Asian, with Japan and China and the other, Asian continents and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like the black man did have a very important role to play in World War II. It wasn't just white on white. It might have been majority white, but the black man definitely did have a large and important role to play in the war. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? I was gonna make a point. The washing machine started going off in the background.
It's all right.
I was gonna make a point still. What was I gonna say?
You were saying about World War II and like the white on white stuff, and
because no one ever. No, I already made that point though, isn't it? Like no one makes that comparison when they're speaking about World War II or any European wars or any even the things to do with the Slavs in the slave trade in Europe, anything like that or whatever. It's not there's just everyone's just. It's just white on white. They thought white people saw white people. They make a difference. They class the Slavs as the people that was being sold, and other people was purchasing those guys. So they never want to make the same comparison when it comes down to the African slave trade or whatever. And this is actually the point that I was going to make here about because people are saying, "Oh, what about India or China? Why don't Africa do the same thing as India or China?" Yeah, like you got to realize, so India's ruling class are basically Hindus. China's ruling class are basically Han. So unless Africa are going to have a ruling class at the top and then ladders of people underneath them, or unless they turn it into the United States of Africa, that's the only way that the different people groups are going to be able to come together to work together or whatever. There's an African Union, like there's a European Union. So there's ECOWAS, the East African, and then there's West African Alliance, and then there's the East African Alliance. There's the Sahel region. So until it's in a situation where people are not being propped up by proxy forces on the outside that have their own interests at heart, That's going to be one of the main reasons why it's not on it like that. Because obviously, like saying for the Han people to take over in China, they was making sure that you are of their descent to be a part of the blah blah blah, and then anyone else that's underneath them, it just stays underneath, innit?
Yeah.
You hear me? Like, until now that they can say that they might have some sort of meritocracy, but it's actually not. But
oh yeah, no, definitely.
That would be the reasons.
Yeah, Africa, like the African slave trade wasn't just about black selling black. There was a lot of, you know what I mean?
Walk on, Gangster Triller. What you saying, man? Meet my new brethren, Bear and Weiss.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Bear and Weiss.
Triller TV.
Yo, how's the volume? Is it okay?
Wait. Yeah, it's okay. I always say, I hopefully you're not too far down the bottle though, cuz you're not drinking gangster juice today.
I went a bit too far probably the other day, but
you're not drinking gangster juice today, yeah.
Yeah,
you need to drink the sweet boy wine or something, cuz. You need to drink the sweet boy wine more, no more gangster juice, cuz. You got another 50 fights lined up already. So damn, you got like a busy 10 years.
It's what it is, man. Shit, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Triller, anyways, lads.
Shivak Jagannath is the most racist Indian in the world. He just called you a street shot.
Yeah, no, he's a wanker, that guy. Okay.
He's Indian as well. He's so racist.
We don't know that.
As an Indian.
We don't know that. That could be come on, we don't really know. He's never jumped on the panel. Apparently, somebody told me that might be the pigeon.
I'm trying that man still.
Bro, a lot of hidden identities.
Lottie's cracking up. He's so racist as well, Lottie's one of them slick.
But what's your name? Bear. Like, what? Are you freaking like the Maid Marian from the fucking Robin Hood from like that cartoon?
Yeah, it's just like it's an old profile picture I used to use for message boards.
Was that Robin Hood when he's cross dressing to be like a woman, or is he like? Is that
it's the fox.
Yeah. No, it's just Maid Marian. It's that it's just the one where she looks bored, but it's an old profile picture I used to use for like message boards, so I've kept it.
Fair dues. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so what are you saying, man?
I was actually watching a really good fucking like piece from Christian. I can't remember his name. Something Guru. Do you know what I'm talking about? That Channel 4 guy, Christian Van Murphy, or whatever.
Christian Guru, yeah. Christian
Guru Murphy, yeah, that's it. But yeah, freaking like he was interviewing Gary Economics, and he made some really good points on that, because he was talking about his politics about taxing the rich, and a lot of it kind of I just found quite relevant into your argument about racism and things like that when it comes down to immigration. How people are basically looking at immigration being a massive focal point of problems in our society, when generally no, it's a distraction, like racism and everything else, to the growing wealth of
to keep the inequality, and to keep the elite protected, man. Say like Gary Economics was saying in that argument, if these men that actually don't want to pay taxes are slyly funding these far right parties that are saying, no, don't look at us, look at the immigrants, and blah blah blah, then
Yeah, so generally speaking, all those people are doing, and I can imagine that most of those people that are crying about immigration are, from working class black backgrounds, right? That are struggling, they're not going to become, super wealthy people, right? Like, or they might be just, out there working.
Hold your point, cuz. Hold your point. Yo, Elliot, make your way to the panel, cuz. The link's in the chat. Make your way to the Bomber Club panel, cuz.
So these people, in my opinion, right, are literally hurting themselves by actually supporting a narrative that, people like Elon Musk are jumping on. You got a question as to why people like Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world,
is literally jumping on the immigration bandwagon, right? Saying that that's the problem. It's not the problem. The elite are the problem. And the whole thing is a fucking massive diversion tactic, a massive distraction to fucking, do you know what I mean? Make all you idiots that believe in that shit.
I think the problem is that a lot of people, like when you were saying about like working class people and stuff, they have a perceived perception about, you know, with like immigrants and stuff. I personally believe that a lot of people, they're not against immigration, but I think they're seeing a lack of integration. And it's making them feel alienated, and they're turning to alternative sources to get the information and get their message across and, you know, get a new viewpoint. Which, don't get me wrong, I do believe that it's a very valid point where we are seeing a lack of integration.
But economically speaking, I mean, what is going to make a drastic change in our economy? It would be taxing the elite. You know, those that literally have so much wealth, all they're going to do is just squeeze you out of, you know, when it comes to buying anything in this country, right? That is worth buying, land, property, and so on, right? Like things like that. Those people at the top are always going to be at an advantage because they have money to, you know, to waste.
Oh yeah, no. The thing is that don't get me wrong. The thing is that there should be. I'm not asking for a massive taxation on the elite. There should be maybe a bit more tax. But the problem is that if you start going into massive taxation for the elite, the problem is the elite will move away.
We'll move away and we'll be left with nothing.
I don't think it'd be that drastic. So if the elite basically, right, did right, have
they
to
already moved away, Thriller. What's wrong with you? They already moved away, Thriller.
No, let him say his point. Let him say his point.
Yeah, but
one sec, yo, Elliot, your camera's on, mate. You gonna turn it off?
So I'll switch it off now.
Yeah, but if the elite, right, basically were taxed more, right, especially with like money that's offshore, right? So there is no exclusion from them being exempt from any sort of taxation, right? And they're forced to pay taxes. Then
it's strange that the middle class do what they can to try to protect the people that will be taking their assets. It's only the wealthy people that will be taking the middle class's assets, and that will mean that the working class won't ever be able to afford any more houses or any more extra assets or whatever.
Yeah, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I do agree with the point that there should be a bit more taxation on the elite and we can reform our tax system. But what I believe is that we shouldn't tax them to a certain degree. Because don't get me wrong, they do have offshore bank accounts, they do have properties and businesses abroad. But when it comes down to the taxation, if it gets to a certain point, they will just eventually leave. There's a reason why there's a lot of companies based in Ireland.
Taxing more income and income, right? So there's in his plan, and it still isn't enough anyway, but it will still make at least a small dent and give the government a time to catch up and people time to fucking at least collect a few assets before the big takeover or whatever. Would be like people that have over, so anything up to 10 million doesn't get taxed as a wealth tax. Any holdings over the 10 million threshold turns a 1% tax each year.
I'd agree with 10. I think 10 is quite reasonable.
So anything over 10 million, so if you've got 12 million, the 2 million that you're earning the passive income from yearly takes a 1% tax. And even if you've just got it on a simple investment platform, you should be getting at least 5 to 6% return in it. So if you're getting 5% return on 3 million per year, and instead of getting the 5% return every year, you get 4% return or whatever, is that really that fucking bad?
Yeah, and I would include charities as well in that equation because you see a lot of people using.
Yeah, where are you, Trilly, man? You are echoing, cuz.
Yeah, I'm just using my headphones, bro. I'm in my garage, innit? But I've got echo cancellation. I don't know on this one.
No, it's not echoing when someone's speaking. It's just like echoing when you're speaking, like you're in it.
Yeah. I mean, all I can do is just talk a bit quieter to try and get less echo. But generally speaking, all I'm saying is, Like, fucking, yeah, with that, I think charities also should be included in that. There should be no exemption because a lot of people are looking at any kind of loophole to just fucking save money and make more money. And 1%, like Benny said, isn't a crying, number. It's not a lot.
How much do you think this will raise? Because you're using this as an argument to say immigration doesn't cost us that much. But you're saying that we'd be able to save money by taking this tax money.
Yeah,
so it
I
needs
think
to be...
this country should
It's to be
able
able to pay for the public services that's actually needed, that's been run down and crumbling, where they keep trying to squeeze the worker and the middle class for more fucking taxes on their income.
Whatever we can raise.
Wait, hold on. While the wealthiest of the country use the same roads, even sometimes the same hospitals and other public services, and are able to earn and save the majority of their income, while you have to spend the majority of your income trying to survive. Why shouldn't they take some of the brunt of making the country survive too, or making the country work for us all too?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out how much you think it will raise first, to work out whether it offsets immigration.
Generally speaking, what do you think would be a substantial number? I think, you should be looking high, aiming high. Look towards like a number like $1 trillion. $1 billion is fine. Whatever number you can fucking get to achieve is going to help the country massively. So.
I think the thing is as well, though, is that we do need a transparent government, because if we do raise that money from like taxation or whichever, we do need a transparent government that can go, right, we've got this amount of money. We're going to spend, let's say we're going to spend 100 million on the NHS. We're going to spend 50 million on fixing Britain's roads. We're going to spend 200 million on building houses. Like that, I think that is the most important issue. We do need a more transparent government, and probably a government shake-up overall, so that we can see what is going on, and maybe more that a direct vote on certain things. Because I don't know about you, I don't like the parliamentary government as it's set up, where you vote someone into power. That's why I don't vote.
Yeah, really, the proportional representation would do better for England and British or whatever, because the rest of Europe's got proportional representation, but England and Belarus ain't.
I think it's a case of that. When it comes to because here's the thing: I could stand on a platform and say, "I'm gonna, don't get me wrong, everyone. I'm gonna get you like new houses. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." You can vote me into power as, the Prime Minister or an MP, and I don't do any of that, or and the problem is that it's too late to vote me out or petition, because I've already passed.
Actually, one of the problems is that the term 4 years is too short for an elected government to fulfill those kind of long-term goals.
Yeah, but if you have a longer term, a longer term, that because a government can go, oh, we need to do this, so we need another term. Oh, we didn't get this done. We need, that kind of opens the door to one-party rule, where you can have one government voted in, and when it comes to the end of their term, they'll go, actually, guys, we're going to do it next term, so we'll stay in power. Oh, guys, we're going to do it next term.
That is generally what happens, but at the same time...
There's people that's not wealthy that can use the tax loopholes to be able to make themselves pay less tax or whatever. Like, basically, if the loopholes and whatever were closed for people that are able to flip in while you're paying... Basically, the working middle-class people are paying much more percentage of their income, earnings and savings in taxes than in percentage of what you earn, rather than the wealthy and the extremely wealthy or whatnot. So I really don't understand why people make so much of an effort to try to cap.
Oh yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
Not pay any more extra tax or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I do believe that there should be a tax hike for the wealthy and the elite and stuff. The only thing that I would disagree with is that it shouldn't be so high that it causes problems. Like, we should take more money from them, but it shouldn't be like at a stupid level.
I'd like to make an argument that it's actually, so some of these people are just not even, leaving because of, taxes and whatnot, right? They're leaving for idiotic and stupid reasons, right? And let me give you one example.
Such as?
I'll give you an example. Just give me 1 sec. Oh shit! How do I share screen on this fucking platform? Hold on a second.
Right, you were just talking about a wealth tax, right? And taxing what people that had 10 million plus in their account. What did you say? 1%, right?
Yeah, if you're anything over the 10 million threshold, receives a 1%
Yeah, so
annual tax.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Let me work it out. I'll come back.
It'll be 100,000 or 10,000.
You pay 1% on the 2 million per annum, and if you're investing that 2 million or whatever, you should be really getting a return of 6 to 10% per annum. And if that's happening, then paying 1% fucking tax on top of receiving your 5% thing of interest or whatever, like, is not really going to make a effect on the lifestyle that you're living.
So there's,
you know what's crazy? You see, after World War II, wait, hold on. See, after World War II, yeah, there was a 90% tax rate on the wealthiest and richest in the country to help rebuild the thing well. And that was the time when most of the people that own their houses now of working class and middle class era was able to afford to buy their house. So the people that had what a normal postman could get a mortgage on his one postman wage. That can't happen today.
Of course it can't happen now because of inflation, Billy. What you want about? Life was different.
I mean, it's not just inflation, you nutcase. Of course, it's yeah, because they was taxing the rich enough to be able to use the resources to build houses so people could afford to buy houses and all them sort of shits there. So if they're not doing that now, if they're not being able, if they're not building enough property for people to be able to have housing and all them sort of stuff there, why do you think house prices are so high?
They are building enough property. There's just too many people in this country.
The one thing I was going to say,
enough property since the 70s.
The one thing I was going to say there is that when it was during wartime, it was it was a very, very overstanding government when it comes to the wartime. I'm not like I'm not going to get into the discussion of right and wrong when it comes to the wartime government, but there was a lot of things that they were able to do because of the wartime powers.
It was a coalition government, wasn't it? It was a coalition government.
Because did you know that during wartime they had to kill all the pets because they couldn't feed them?
Who did?
The British government.
Did they eat them?
No, I apparently just all killed them all because they said with the way it was rationing.
Oh, right.
Well, where did this happen then?
At the beginning of the war.
I shouldn't think so. I don't believe. Have you got?
No, it is. No, look it up.
Have you got some evidence of that?
Yeah, come on. I'll get the link up now. It might leave the stream. Hopefully not.
Oh, well, don't leave it then. No, it's okay.
No,
I'll
no.
myself later.
I'll find out.
Yeah, British pet massacre.
Hey, Elliot, wait, hold on a second. While you're finding that information,
still in their dogs.
Hold on a sec, yeah. While you're finding that information, yeah, I wanted to ask Elliot specifically a question. I wanted to ask him from the last stream or whatnot. Yeah, I heard you saying about the people that were whose parents weren't British, English. I would say English, Irish, Scottish, or Welsh shouldn't be entitled to citizenship. Like, would you class the same as? Would that be the same for someone who's got one English parent and one foreign parent? Would they be entitled to citizenship?
So they can claim ancestry. They're so like if you've got a black person and like another English parent, then I'd class them as English, at least half English. Yeah.
Oh, so mixed race people can get citizenship, but it's not like Africans, Asians, Caribbeans, and anyone that's basically not white. So what about other Europeans? Like, say you've got two French parents or whatnot, and you become naturalized or whatever. Or you got two Polish. Because I actually know some people who's got Polish parents or Polish grandparents. Who, if you spoke to them, there's no way that you'd be able to tell that they wasn't from England.
Oh my grandparents are fun.
Yeah, so when it comes to like fellow Europeans, it gets a bit more tricky. I would say I don't know how many. I don't know if they can get naturalized or not. I'd be more in favour to naturalise your fellow like white Europeans, definitely. Just because we're like cousins, aren't we?
Are we?
All right, yeah. I was just asking still, but go on then, carry on. I'll just take it to the left for a second. And that's not me, still just chilling, man.
It's actually a funny interview.
Big up man like Chilluminati. Wait, hold on a sec here. Shout out Chilluminati live though. I wonder if anyone saw Jedi's latest video or whatnot. I think we need to do a review of that still, man.
What was that about then?
About the mixed race experience, how black people and mixed race people see each other, how white people and mixed race people see each other, all that sort of stuff there.
You know, I was going to say, because we're talking about this, so with myself, all my grandparents are foreign. And obviously, like, my parents were born here, and I was born here. I would consider myself English, whilst also still identifying and connecting to my roots.
Yeah.
You know, I'd still classify myself.
Where were your grandparents born then?
Belarusian, Poland, Italy, and both my nans were from Ireland.
Wait, how can you claim English ancestry then?
I don't claim English ancestry. I just say that I am English because.
But you're not.
But he is though. He recognizes.
But he's not. No, he's not.
No, I'm not. I'm not English. No. I'm not English via the bloodline. I'm English because I was born here.
Not talking about ethnicity.
No,
He's
no, that's not how it
works. He considers himself. It doesn't matter what you think, Elliot. It matters about what we think. All right. As a whole, the nation as a whole, then most of the nation recognizes people.
Yeah, I'm
who are born in this
Japanese.
country as being English. Okay, at the very least.
Because I asked, do I sound Polish or Italian or Irish?
You, Liverpool, you sound like a Scouse.
Yeah. So you know, but do I sound Italian or Polish or Irish?
No.
Yeah. So how can I not be English if I was born here?
Your ethnicity obviously isn't English, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's my grandparents.
You're not Anglo-Saxon, are you?
No, but that's my grandparents.
Well, you can't be English if you're not Anglo-Saxon.
No.
You can't be English if you're not Anglo-Saxon.
Who came before? Hang on a minute. Who came before the Anglo-Saxons?
Anglo-Saxon though.
Yeah, who came before the Anglo-Saxons?
Well, we had the
Celts.
We had the Celts and somebody else, but it wasn't the Polish.
There was a big empire.
It wasn't the Italians. You've got to be Anglo-Saxon.
There was a big empire before. There was a big empire that ruled.
I don't care about the Roman Empire, right? If you're not Anglo-Saxon, you're not English.
Well, you know. The Romans came here and mixed with native Britons before the Anglo-Saxons even came along.
You're not
and then
you've got to be Anglo-Saxon to be English.
Oh, what about the Normans?
Were you part of the Romans then?
What about the Normans?
The Normans invaded and took over Britain and then brought a lot of people with them.
They didn't last long. The Normans, okay,
if the Romans mixed with the Carthaginians, then there were black people there.
Lord Grosvenor's a Norman. He traces his ancestry back to William the Conqueror.
Yeah, I can trace my
and he classed himself as British through and through.
So
yeah, British.
He's not English. It's impossible for him to be English. It's not difficult.
No, I said
he classed himself as English though.
I said
and he's got higher, and he's got a higher status in the land than you got. Like he's got a higher status in the land than I've got.
Yeah,
Lord Grosvenor. You know the area of Grosvenor Square. It's named after their family.
After whose family?
The Grosvenors.
Who's the Grosvenor? I don't know what you're on about.
I'm saying the guy, the youngest Grosvenor, the heir to the throne. You got like I think it was like a 12 billion when he got inheritance.
Right.
That he paid no tax on.
Right.
His family, he classes himself. He says that his ancestry goes back to William the Conqueror, the Normans, and whatever.
Well, the Normans are not English.
Or whatever,
The Normans are not English.
Well, by the way, I said I'm English by birth, not by blood. I said I'm English by
They
birth.
class themselves as English, innit?
No,
And they're higher
British,
up in
you're
in
British
society.
by birth, mate. You're not
They're
English.
friends with the royal family and all them people or whatever. They're on that level.
Why don't that guy
Sorry,
from
mate, I consider you
the
being English.
Scouser? Why don't you claim to be Welsh? Yeah.
Because I'm not Welsh.
You know what?
I
Why
bet
are
you
you
could
so
keep
offended?
visiting
Yeah, but
Wales,
hang on,
yeah.
hang on. I've never,
You're claiming to be English.
I've never claimed to be Italian, Polish, or Irish. I said I'm English by birth, not by blood.
Right, and culturally, right,
But you're
more
not
part of
English,
this
you're
country.
British.
No, but
You're
again,
British.
culturally, Wendy, culturally, yeah, we're more attuned to this country and this way of life than any other way of life in any other country.
Yeah. By the way, how
We're not denying.
I'd
We're not
say that
denying
guy
our
from
ancestry.
Liverpool is. You're not.
Yeah, but we're
How
not
can
denying
I-
their ancestry. You know what I mean?
You're
So
not
we're
because
saying
you
we're
turn on
Indian.
this
I'm saying
country.
I'm Indian.
You turn
and
on
I'm
the
English.
inhabitants of this
Right?
country,
Well,
Triller.
if I was
Yeah,
to go
that guy
abroad,
from
and-
Liverpool don't.
And when it comes down to like other people, right? Like you know, when you go back home, you know, they call you an Englishman because we're from England. You know, like so, you know, we're kind of
So
like
when you go
we're from two worlds.
when you go to India,
Yeah.
your fellow Indians call you English.
Yes, yes, and it's the same with a lot of people, friends from Jamaica or other Caribbean countries. They call them English.
As I said, I don't understand people who are ashamed of their heritage like you.
We're
Triller.
not ashamed. We're not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm proud of my heritage, right? I am grateful for my heritage, but at the same time, I recognize myself as an Englishman because
Well, actually,
I'm born and bred here.
Could I ask then? Could I be proud of my foreign heritage and still be proud to be classed as an Englishman?
You're not an Englishman.
You're not an Englishman.
But I'm proud of England. I'm proud of England.
But you see, that's
You
the
can be
only
proud.
argument.
Well, you'd be
You can be
proud of
proud of
England
it.
if you want, but you're not an Englishman, and
I'm
you'd be
not.
proud of
I'm
your
not.
Italian and Polish heritage. Yeah,
But we
cool.
literally just
Yeah,
you
but
know,
so
annihilated the conversation with the whole
so-
Roman Empire thing.
So I can't be proud of my heritage and be proud of England at the same time. It's one or the other.
But you're not English.
Well, how can I not be proud to be English?
But you're not English.
Was born here. I'm English on paper. You know what I mean?
If you were
No,
born
you're
in
not.
Japan, would
No,
you
you're
be
not.
Japanese?
All right.
If you were born in Japan, would you be Japanese?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd be Japanese
Hey,
by
Listen,
nationality,
yeah.
but I won't be
If you
Japanese
win,
by race.
if you score the winning goal in the World Cup, yeah, these men will have posters of you on the wall talking about.
I
Yeah.
don't follow the England football team because it's full of people who are not fucking
I
English.
thought you liked
Yeah.
Saka, Wendy. I thought he said he's a good.
Oh, I
he's a good
do. I
lad.
do like him. Yeah, he's a lovely.
I put
you're
you
lovely
got a
young
poster
man,
of Saka on your wall. See,
Yeah.
Bear?
Yeah. Oh,
You know, he's a nice young man. Yeah.
yeah,
Norman's
don't be
up on
wrong. I wasn't having a go at you or nothing. You know what I
There's
mean?
people
It was
here that class their family. Sorry, there's people here that class their ancestry back to the Danes, to the Normans, the Anglo-Saxon, other Celts that don't come from that come from mainland Europe as well. So the Picts that was here before, the original Britons, Welsh. So you don't have to just be Anglo-Saxon, man. There's loads of all them different ethnicities are classing them. So if you ask any of them, they'll say they're English.
And if you want to go further back in time, if you want to go back 3,000 years ago, right? You're talking about the Aryans. coming
Well, we're
into
not going to
Europe,
go back that far.
right? Well, let's go there for a second.
Actually,
from the steppes of Russia, from the Caucasus Mountains, right? The Aryans went as far as India and settled in the Punjab region, and all the way to Ireland and settled up there.
why the fuck are we talking about that?
Because I'm trying to show.
Why aren't you getting your army boots on
I'm
and your army clothes and disappearing over to India to fight Pakistan?
What you mean? I don't want to fight anybody. I'm happy.
Not yet, Wendy, man. You gotta wait. You gotta give it a couple of hours, man. give it about an hour or so.
Yeah, give me a drink.
All that. Yeah. Let me have a couple of more tips, mate. Yeah, and him and Elliot would be flipping setting coordinations for each other and that. Yeah. Yeah. But like saying that myself, I don't class myself as English ethnicity. But again, if I go to my parents' homeland, when I speak to my actual family members,
Them man are calling my English out here, British. Yo, y'all English. Yeah, with a H. H-I, English. Y'all English. Yeah.
So
they're talking to me
like,
when they're saying that.
Yeah.
Y'all
and so
English. I'm like, Ross.
if they know that your parents
I'm Jamaican.
Belly,
You know what I'm saying?
if these people know your parents came from Jamaica,
Mhm.
do they still class you like as being English because of the way you
Yeah.
speak? Right.
Yeah.
Even my brother-in-law Wendy, right? He's literally Irish, right, from descent, from I think birth as well.
Philly goes,
But he was raised, yeah, in England, yeah, and he fought for the British Army and everything else, and that's not easy, you know, becoming a British officer and you know fighting for because they literally give you thorough checks to make sure on Irish people, right? And yeah, he considers himself a being English. I mean, would you disagree with that?
Americans love the British accent anyway. So if I go anytime I'm in Florida or whatever, like I don't need to put on an American accent. It's better for me if I speak with an English accent. People will like, oh,
he's not
yo,
denying
English.
his Irish ancestry and his Irish roots, you know? Like he fucking drinks.
They'll get all gassed and all that. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is,
the security starts smiling at you and shit, cuz. You know? Like, Ross. Yo, English.
The thing is that there is a separation between saying, "Oh, I'm English by blood" and English by birth. Do you know what I mean? So maybe I'm not English by blood, but I'm English by birth.
Yeah,
I still classify myself as English.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We have a cultural affinity, you know, and they don't.
Yeah, and also, if he didn't tell you his ethnicity background, then you wouldn't actually know. There's no way that you would be able to tell him that he wasn't English. You would have just thought he was another English guy. So,
you know what? That's really interesting.
Yeah,
because
it's still, especially for the way that England's trying to reject other Europeans now. It's mad. It's crazy, cuz. Oh my days.
Do you remember when I brought my ex-girlfriend on, yeah? And I said, I told people, that she's freaking, you know, from such and such background, right? Like, he didn't like that I said that because she knew that people are going to be critical based on her background, right? So she actually would rather
Just want you to say nothing. Just be an avatar.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, certain people won't even understand that because they don't really go through that scenario until they get pressured on other streams where people won't pressure them like that. Yeah, more times people of like ethnic minorities will, unless like saying like my voice, I can't try and pretend to be like a white person or whatever, innit? If I jump on a voice call with you, you're like, right, you might be black, innit? Yeah, there's a 90% chance.
Well, you're doing a good impression.
Like, people do that, yeah, where they just want to say like, right, I want you to judge what I'm saying and not for my ethnicity or not because I've got flipping dreadlocks or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That so I hear when people do that. People do that in the crypto thing that used to happen. Yeah, enough people wouldn't jump on calls, or they would just jump on and listen because they don't want people to know where their background or ethnicity is from, and only if they had like a European sounding voice. You know what I'm saying? Like so. A lot of Europeans hate each other. Say again, sorry.
Oh, a lot of Europeans hate each other.
Well, they've been warring against each other forever. So yeah.
I'll say like an American sounding voice or like a Western European sounding voice or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, right, you sound like a bit like an Eastern European or a Russian sounding voice or whatnot. Depending, it could be.
Valley has a British voice. Yeah. You're not European, Valley. Get that out of your head.
No, I'm not saying that I'm European, man.
Nice
that's the point that I'm making. That's the point that I'm making. Like I'm saying that I wouldn't jump on some of them calls or whatever. I would listen in the back for trying to get the tips on what coin's gonna pop next and so and so, because the man them want to keep the information to each other, right? So as far as they're concerned, they can't see my picture. They can only see what I'm typing. I'm another European don to them. Do you get me?
Oh, so right, okay.
That's what Triller was saying about his missus or his ex or whatever. When she jumped on the panel, he didn't want anyone to tell her ethnicity because he wanted
she wanted to be judged on the comments that she was making,
100, yeah.
rather
and what
than
she was saying,
on what she looks like or where she's from.
Yeah.
Oh, could I ask dead quick, Wendy? Could I ask you something dead quick?
Yeah.
Would you classify Scouse as a like English or British dialect, or would you just say, oh, it's like an amalgamation?
I think it's a mix. I think it. Jesus.
I know that's a bit of a mouthful. Sorry.
I think it's a British one because Scouse, I think, has a mixture of Irish in there as well.
It's also got Norwegian, Welsh, Scottish, and I think Swedish.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to tip you up with that question. I was just like,
Wendy, guess what? The gym's going to be empty now, mate.
Why?
The gym's going to be empty now, mate, because it's Friday night, ain't it? All the fucking young bucks have gone dancing with flipping young ladies, ain't they?
Yeah.
I got the whole gym to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Got the whole gym to myself with my steroids. Yeah. Alright. Let me go back on mute. Obviously, I'm not on red, isn't it? Damn. Let it play.
I mean, there's some people in Scousers. We get one that comes on here. His name's Heathen, and he knows people who, some of them want Liverpool to be have their own flag and be their own country.
The only good thing about Heathen is that he's a Liverpool fan. He's not an Everton fan. That's about it.
Who?
The only good thing about Heathen is that he's a Liverpool fan and he ain't an Everton fan.
Oh, my man. I'm a Liverpool fan.
Nice guy.
Yeah, you go. Big
Heathen's
up.
a nice guy.
Yeah, he's all right.
I'm gonna
big up. What are you saying? I think it's like title weekend this weekend, I lie.
Bro, Tottenham, that's it, bro. One more game.
Even just one point,
game.
boy.
1 point.
One more point.
You know what is kind of justifying about that, right? Do you remember they fucking robbed us when they disallowed the goal? When the man is a mile onside and they got it wrong with the VAR.
Man.
That was crazy. Like that.
What teams do you support then?
I support Liverpool. Veli supports
Liverpool, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll tell you what happened, yeah? Let me explain to you why, yeah? So,
go on.
my parents are from Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
So, when they was growing up here, well, we got two teams in it there. Got Arsenal and Liverpool in it there. So, my dad was friends with Ian Wright and whatever before he started playing for Crystal Palace and all that. And obviously started playing for Arsenal. So, all their men support Arsenal. And then on my mum's side, John Barnes is from Jamaica and he played for Liverpool. So the Jamaicans supported Liverpool.
Good player.
Yeah. And
Nice,
my dad
man.
just basically liked Liverpool because they were winning everything. So I supported Liverpool.
No, that's a poor excuse.
Well, you can't blame my dad. He's like, Liverpool play great football. You get me? And I asked my dad, who do you support? And he's like, Liverpool. I was like, all right, I might as well support them too.
Do you support a team, Wendy, or do you not follow football?
I don't really follow it, but obviously
Get the fuck out of here. Don't tell me I ain't been to Anfield before, bro.
Newcastle United, yeah.
What's wrong with these guys? We've been supporting Liverpool from the 80s, fam. Like, so, no. When man like Barnes was a bad man, so
and by the way,
we got to go up the road, cuz.
My dad, he wasn't only a maths teacher and an English teacher. He
He'd been
also
Arsenal
a
too.
Football coach. You get me? So
What are
he
you
was.
talking
I
about?
don't care if
He was coaching football for the English lads. You know, the ones that you call English. The
We
white
got the
lads.
goal stop paying.
You know what I mean? So you got an Indian man teaching, your white lads how to play football. Lads.
Well, you see, it's
Yeah, in
comments
Greenwich, yeah, you
like
gotta
that-
understand,
it's
yeah.
comments
You
like
see,
that cause trouble.
in
you
Greenwich
see.
Borough, yeah, there's a place called Woolwich, yeah, and their place is called Woolwich Arsenal, innit? So Arsenal is really a Southeast London team. So that's why there's a lot of people in Southeast London that support Arsenal as well, innit? You like the people from Lewisham, Brockley, and rah, because Woolwich Arsenal is where the origins of Arsenal starts, right?
Yeah.
So it's a Southeast London team, innit? Yeah. So that's why they support Arsenal. And then the other team with the Jamaican thing, yeah. The people them Jamaicans support Jamaicans. you know what I mean? Like, so especially in them old days there, you know, in the times when things were a bit tough and blah 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 blah. People, you know, John Barnes used to get bananas thrown at him on the pitch.
Yeah, I
and all that
know. Poor old
Yeah,
John
yeah.
Barnes. And he's a
So-
nice guy. Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
in them times there, it's important for the people that might fucking be from the same places where John Barnes is. You got John Barnes ain't from like the ghetto and all them sort of shits there. John Barnes is
No.
from a rich family and all that. Yeah, his family's kind of wealthy and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, his dad was at Sandhurst and all them sort of things there. So, like, it's not like, bro, man is supporting man because man's from.
Yeah, but he
he's
still
a
does a
Jamaican.
lot
He's
today
repping
to keep
Jamaicans
racism
in the-
out of football.
Yeah, in Premier
He
League and
still does
speaking
a
about
lot.
racism and all that.
Wendy, it's still here
go on.
today. Imagine.
Sorry, let me
what
mute
it
up
was
here. I need to
like
get
back
ready
then.
for gym.
Crazy, isn't it?
What?
I said racism is still in football today. Imagine what it was like back then in the 80s.
I know
and
what it was
90s.
like back then.
What
I
was it
know.
like?
It was
You tell
horrible.
me. Yeah, there you go.
It was bloody hard. The things you'd hear, awful, horrible,
See,
especially.
I was quite oblivious to it until I started, you know, getting older and playing in the game, becoming an older teenager, right? And I started seeing we were playing white teams because my team was really diverse. We had about 2 or 3 white players in my team, and the majority of my team were just mixed, you know, from Africa, from Asia, and the Caribbean, and yeah, and you know, some Europeans as well. But
Well, the thing is that it really peaked for England in the 80s when you had like the peak of football hooliganism and like some of the skinhead stuff. You know,
but this is it. Like those hooligans would attend like these amateur games, right? Where you know, their little brothers or cousins or whatever maybe their kids or whatever. You know, they would turn up. And
I remember when
they would
whole
ruin the
towns
game.
used to have to. Town centres and shopping centres used to have to board up when it was football day Saturday.
because like hooliganism is just an extension of tribalism where they're using their teams to fight one another because it's you're from a different area, you know. But it was also given the 80s as well and all the like economic strife and stuff like that. People literally had nothing to do, so it was just let's fight one another.
It's literally disgusting, right? I mean, even then, it's like you've got crowds of people literally trying to jump on anybody that's kind of vulnerable because, again, they're just a bunch of thugs. They're just a bunch of bullies, right? And, you know, like I remember like I saw 2 kids. It was like some Tommy freaking Robinson freaking guys literally cornered 2 like black kids, you know, in a corner. And there was a couple of police officers trying to protect them, you know, and there were like fucking dozens, if not, I don't know, 100 or 2. You know what I mean? Of you know, Tommy fans, literally just look like football hooligans.
What are you calling them Tommy fans? What's that about?
No, I'm just saying, Tommy fans are generally football hooligans, right? They're a bunch of they are. He goes out there recruiting for freaking.
Not considering. I mean, what's your name, love? The Scouser. What's your name?
Oh, you can just call me Bear if you want, love.
Oh, Bear, right. It's like what Bear was saying about the 80s. I mean, that was real and early 90s as well. Real football hooliganism, yeah. Not what you see today.
Yeah, we say real football hooliganism. What people out there fighting, you know what I mean? Hitting each other, like for what? You know what I mean? Just for a bit of turf war. You know?
Oh yeah, no, that's what what I was saying. It was like, when it really peaked in the 80s, it was because of all like the economic strife. People have got nothing to do; they're just roaming around in the streets with gangs, and then they would form behind a football team to create this big gang, and they would fight another team just because they didn't like one another. You know what I mean? You know, and obviously that just rose and rose and rose for the 80s. Then of course you have the Hillsborough tragedy. And a lot of that stuff, it didn't go away completely, but it dissipated a lot.
Yeah, well, people,
But
the grounds were changed a lot, weren't they? The seating arrangements, a lot of stuff was.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
I think that was important. But at the same time, I mean, like, it's kind of crazy. Even if you're neutral, I went to an England game, right, like a couple of years ago, and I was just, I don't really give a shit. It was a friendly game. I think it was against Hungary. And, I was just watching from the England stand. And, freaking, I just kind of watched as a neutral more than anything else because I'm not that fucking passionate about
I think people there is still that tribalistic sense to us where we want to rally around something or something like that.
When all I'm saying is when Hungary played well or they done something well, I was just like, ooh, clap my hands, because I applauded that piece of skill on that shot. And people were looking at me like I was fucking doing something wrong. It's crazy. Shit, am I going to get beaten up because I clap my hands? It's mad.
By the way, Black, do you want me to shut up so you can play this video? I know you've been waiting to play it.
No, I'm not bothered. I just want to show. It's actually a really stupid video, but I want to show the stupidity. You don't need to be smart to be a fucking.
Yeah, play it. I'll mute.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Who has left? Charlie Mullins, OBE, is the founder and former chief executive of Pimlico Plumbers, who is one of the people who has left the UK in recent years. Charlie, good to have you with us tonight. Why did you go, sir?
Well, I'm in Dubai at the moment, so Dubai and Spain is where I spend my time now. Anywhere but the UK.
Why? Why did you leave?
Why? Just basically because of Labour. I haven't come here to avoid any taxes. I paid all my taxes up to date. I've just come here because I'm fed up with Labour, the way they're running the country, the way they're wasting their money.
But when did you leave, Charlie?
9 months ago when Labour came in.
So you didn't give them the chance to see you didn't wait and see what they were going to do. You left before they'd even done anything.
Well, with respect, you haven't got much of a brain in your head to work out what Labour were going to be like. They're socialists. They're not interested in people that want to do well. They're only interested in helping people that don't contribute into the pot. So you're right. I didn't give them the opportunity. Why would I bother and waste 9 months of my life?
What have they done in those 9 months that you think is so bad?
Wix. One platform, any website. Unlimited creation.
You just get ad block.
I don't know if you're messing about or not, but they've obviously
serious question.
Oh, you're serious? A serious
absolutely.
Question. Okay. Well, they've put up the national insurance. They've changed employment laws. They're starting talking about bringing in a higher inheritance tax. They are destroying businesses, and they're actually driving businesses, people out of the country. And you say, I think there's something like 11,300 millionaires that have left, and they say only 2 billionaires. Well, I know 2 billionaires myself, so I don't think the figures are right.
It might be the same too.
Well, highly unlikely, isn't it? You know what I mean? Look, but there's loads of other people that are left that are not properly declaring it at the moment, but they will eventually. All of a sudden, business people, we don't need London no more. We can work from Dubai, we can work from Spain, we can work from Italy, we can work from wherever we want to work. We don't have to put up with the nonsense of the Labour Party no longer. But not only have they driven out 11,300 millionaires, all they've inherited is 50,000 illegal immigrants. So, is that a good trade-off? They've invited 50 or allowed 50,000 people in, that's in 9 months, which are not contributing to the pot, and they're driving out people that I think
they're not contributing to the pot because they're not allowed to work, Charlie. Many of them that are granted asylum go on to work and pay tax.
Hold on a minute. All you lot keep going about not allowed to work. They're illegal. What bit of illegal?
They're not. If they're granted asylum status, they are not illegal.
Stop talking rubbish.
Charlie,
they're illegal.
It's quite a basic element.
They come here with no passport.
They come here. They claim asylum. If they are granted asylum, as hold on. Let me just explain to the thing. If they are granted asylum, as 2/3 of them are, they are allowed to work. They contribute. They're not leaving. They're paying taxes here.
They come here without passport. They dump their passport. Let's not. Why beat about the bush and talk rubbish all the time?
I'm just giving you facts.
Well, I'll give you the facts then. They're illegal.
Well, they're not, are they? Because under international law,
country without a passport,
they're not illegal. No, that's just not true.
Enter North Korea and they give you the death penalty.
Under the Geneva Convention on Refugees, that's not true. No, Charlie, hold on a minute. I'm afraid you're saying things that are untrue. If you come here as a refugee under international law
Anyhow,
claim asylum, that is not
let's talk
illegal.
about something. Let's talk about something that I know about and maybe you don't know
All right,
about.
but you're the one that brought up asylum seekers when, with
Well, I'm
respect,
just
it
telling
seems
you,
you
but
don't know much about it.
you're creating an argument that you can't win.
I'm not the one that started talking about asylum seekers and claiming people are illegal when they aren't. I'm happy to move on because it's gone down a very strange route.
Let's move on because you're just talking about something we don't need
I'm
to
not
talk
a fan
about.
of this,
If they're not illegal, why don't they come in with their passport?
Because they're fleeing famine and conflict and persecution. And quite a lot of them do have passports.
Famine.
Really?
I ain't.
Absolutely.
Honestly, you are absolutely clueless. But anyhow, forget about that. Let's move on to the real subject.
What's the real subject, Charlie?
It's not just the problem of losing all the millionaires and billionaires. You got to remember these people, they pay the top 29% of tax in this country. Yeah. So you're not only losing what they're paying in, you're losing all the jobs that they create, all the investment that they create, all the training that they create. So you're not just losing millionaires, you're losing a lot more than that. And if we continue the way we are, the country will be a third world country next to no.
Why do you think they are leaving?
My God, I don't know if you're winding me up or what.
I'm asking you questions. I'd like you to answer them. I mean, I don't know what you want me to ask you. It seems an obvious question to ask you as to 11,000 millionaires have left. Why they've left seems a reasonable thing to ask.
All right, Tim, let me just tell you this. There's a reason why you got two ears and one mouth, yeah? So maybe listen to what I'm saying. They're leaving because the Labour Party do not know what they're doing. They're destroying the country. They will actually send us into a third world country, all because they're increasing taxes, they're changing employment law, and they're allowing people in that are not putting in the pot.
So they were happy to stay here during the leadership of Liz Truss, but they think Keir Starmer was a step too far.
Not at all. Not at all. You didn't ask me that question. Tories started the problem. They should have got on top of it years ago. But unfortunately, we've let it run so long that the clever people now are moving out. Look, probably half of the UK would move out if they could afford to move out. Unfortunately, they can't. They have to suffer and pay for other people that are not producing anything. But driving out millionaires, billionaires, it's the wrong move for the economy. It's the wrong move for the UK.
What should Labour, if Labour wants to, if the government wants to stop this sort of exodus of the wealthy, what should they do? What should they do to keep them?
To keep them, okay, call a general election, let them get out, let reform get in and change the circumstances completely. And start encouraging people that are contributing.
Oh no,
to
not reform.
It's interesting you say that because one of the critique that's sort of levelled at Nigel Farage is that he's not the party of working people; he's the party of the super rich and the wealthy. And what you're saying is basically billionaires would quite like reform to be elected.
We'll put it like this: more billionaires than millionaires will come back if Nigel Farage is Prime Minister and Reform are in. No one ain't coming back.
Pause, man.
He's looking after
Pause. Oh, you got to pause here. Yeah. You got to pause and talk, bro. You can't just play the video all the way through, man. That's just not fair use.
No, I was trying to keep that. I don't know. I know I said some stuff.
Pause it up and have a little chat, and then make comments on what's been said, innit?
Well, Charlie left. I remember Charlie left. Yeah. Charlie left as soon as Starmer got in, and Charlie's not being quite honest. It's nothing to do with taxation. It's because of the change with all these so-called refugees that are coming in. That's why Charlie's gone, and I agree with him. Yeah, why should he have to put up with it? But he's not being completely honest.
He literally said, right, let's vote for fucking Nigel Farage, right, who literally wants to fucking make more money for the elite and the rich,
No, I'd rather vote for Nick.
Yeah, right, but all I'm saying is as long as people are clear, right, that Farage and the Reform Party are not about looking after the working class and everyone else. All they care about is the elite, and that's why he's crying out for him to come into power.
No, Charlie, no.
Elon Musk was.
Why? I don't get that either. I don't get why you guys support reform. He clearly doesn't support the working class.
Well, the thing is that I don't.
Policies are for.
I don't support. I don't support reform of Farage because I think Farage is. This isn't even about his politics. I don't support Farage. Because I think he's a carpet bagger. That's what he is.
1 sec, yeah.
Yeah, go on, mate.
What's a cut?
Bloody hell, man. What? Why are you here?
Wait, who's this?
Hello? Why are you here?
That's gonna be Ethel.
It's alright if you leave. Can you like go back to your own stream?
Why, who's this? Who's joined in?
I don't know.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello?
Ask them to type something
Yeah,
in the chat.
is it alright if you fuck off? Can you go away now? I don't know why you're here. Why are you not speaking? We can't hear you. Your mic's turned up.
If they're on a phone, tell them to switch to desktop site.
But
Your mic's in full volume and we can't hear you speaking, man. Like,
Oh,
can
buddy.
you like, is it alright if you like go back to your own stream?
Tell them to type in chat to prove he's real or life. Not messing about.
Is that Jupiter? Ooh, I wonder.
No. It's not. You wouldn't even get on the panel or whatever. Bring it, man. Yeah, man. Alright, listen, we got someone worth having on the panel here, innit? Yeah, so I'm gonna ban you. You can't come back on. Just go away now, yeah? Thank you.
Yeah, if they were real, they would have said something or typed something.
Yo.
Yo. Oh, go on, man, like the ghost of pain, you know.
Yes, yes.
Nah, we're the
All
Pink
that
Power
you
Ranger,
do,
man. Pink Power Ranger ain't around there either, man.
Hello, Wendy. You okay?
As I was saying, Charlie left because of the so-called
Which Charlie?
refugees.
This
So-
one. Chemical plumbers.
Oh, yeah, you know about that idiot. Go on, carry on. Big up Triller, man. Big up Triller. Liverpool winning the league, man.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well done. Well done. So we got new panelists. Hopefully, these panelists, none of them make fun of dead children or pray for children to be abused. Big up
All right,
anyway. I'm
we're
going
not
on
getting
mute.
personal. We're staying on topic.
I'm not even talking about you, Wendy. What's wrong with you? I'm just saying that hopefully these
No, we're
panelists are
staying on
decent.
topic.
We
No,
don't.
I'm not
We
getting
don't get the.
personal
We
about
don't get the
anyone.
same
We're staying
scummy
on
lot that we
topic.
used to get before that pray for
Don't
children to
bring
be
your
abused
low
or mock
IQ
dead
here.
children. All
Right,
right, carry
don't
on,
bring it
Wendy.
here.
Big up, Wendy.
Don't bring it here, Ghost.
I will
Don't
bring it
bring
there.
it
It's
here.
not your panel. Who do you
Don't bring
think
it
you
here.
are?
Don't bring it here.
Who do you think you
So,
are?
I'm gathering
Bear,
drink,
what were
mate.
you saying? What were you saying about Farage?
I was
Bear?
saying that we don't want people to pray for children to be
Bear, what
abused
were you saying
or
about
mocking dead
Farage?
children. So
Yeah.
carry on, Wendy.
Bear, what were you saying about Farage?
Oh, when you said what's a carpetbagger?
Yeah, I did. I mean, obviously, I've heard that saying, but I don't know what one is. What
It's
is it?
basically someone who gets onto a popular movement despite not believing in it themselves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'd be right there, wouldn't you, about Farage, I guess?
It's the whole thing where he's went through 4 separate parties
Yeah.
and changing his stances on certain things. That's why I don't like him. Politics aside, just the way he's gone through it, you know, I don't trust the word out of his mouth.
I'm not gonna lie. My dad said if Farage gets in power, we're all fucked. He'll throw us all out. And Wendy would love him for
I
that.
don't think he would. I think he'd make life a lot harder for everyone, all of us, to be honest.
I think he would do that whole. Did he have a little policy?
Deport anybody that prays for children to be abused.
It was like
Deport anybody that prays for children to be
if you
abused.
can't prove that you're ethnically 4 or 5 generations in this country, you're going to be deported. It's just ridiculous.
No, I don't think. I
behavior.
honestly, right, Triller. I don't think he's about that. I think he's more about, like you said, money, and his money friends and people with a lot of money.
Well, end of the day, Wendy, if he is literally looking out for the wealthy, then the wealthy are going to give him money to look out for him, to look out for them. That's that's not helping the country, is it?
You know what I believe?
Just like Elon Musk gave him money. Didn't
Wendy wants that Nick
I
Conconi
believe
who
if
wants to
Nigel
pull
Farage had the power,
10 million
wait, hold on a
she's
second, Ghost, yeah? If Nigel Farage had the power to remove the minimum wage and all sort of stuff like that, I reckon he would do that.
Yeah,
and like,
so
obviously,
do I.
having things like the minimum wage helps working class people and especially people at the bottom of the ladder. Do you know what I'm saying? That.
Yeah.
So, But I reckon he'll do
apparently,
that.
minimum wage got increased slightly, didn't it, recently? I think this month or something like that. Yeah, in April. But Labour increased it, by the way, just saying.
Just do what the Romans did.
April.
Just do what the Romans did and write a big book saying you can't sell this item for more than this price to counter inflation.
Or just join the union and don't get fucked over.
No.
Join the what? Join the what?
We've had enough of unions in this country. Thank you.
No, it's imperative. Yeah, if your company's exploiting you, get everyone to join the fucking union. It's really important.
Yeah, then the whole country can go on strike altogether, can't they?
Well,
I've told
you know
this,
what?
Trilla.
You know what? At least you're gonna get.
Andy, you'll still get your Uber deliveries, man. Don't worry. You'll still get your Uber deliveries.
I would never use Uber. Never.
You said you do, Wendy. Why are you lying for? You
I
said
don't.
you do.
My daughter does. I don't.
Wendy, why are you lying? You said you was ordering shopping from there the other week.
What from fucking Uber? Are you mad?
You did, and then you said you reported the guy to the hotel that he was
From
living in.
Uber. That was my daughter who was ordering stuff from Uber.
So you snitched
not
on the
me.
guy who was earning a living, yeah?
Yeah, because guess what? He was an illegal immigrant living in the hotel down the road.
There's no
from her.
no such thing as
He should
illegal
not have
immigrants.
been
They're refugees,
working.
man.
Yeah.
There's not illegal immigrants.
When they got
Refugees.
nothing better to do than fucking just.
I know. Imagine reporting
You know what I
people
mean?
that's bringing them on their shopping.
Literally, like, if
Yeah,
it was a
well,
white,
when we went
If it
around
was
the
a white
world,
person,
we
if it
don't
was a
get
white
nothing
person,
for free.
if
Why
it was a
should
white,
they get anything
hold
for
on,
free? No.
What ethnicity were they? Because if they were white and they were from some European country and came in asylum or wherever, living down the hotel down the road.
Actually, I
would you
didn't say
complain?
what ethnicity. Actually, I
I know
didn't
you
say
didn't.
what
I'm
ethnicity they
asking you.
were.
Hey, you
For
guys,
now,
What I
Wendy's
said
gonna say
was
they're
they
Polish.
could
have you seen
not.
any of my new intro?
Wendy's gonna say they're from
Have you seen
Germany.
any
Come
bits
on
of
now.
They
my new
could
intro?
not speak a word of English. They had
Wendy's
to
gonna
use
say they're
Google
Polish now.
Translate.
So what language did they speak?
That's for me to know.
You dickhead. Dickhead.
They must have. I think. Didn't you say they was like African, or did you say
come
they
on
was?
here to spread the word. You know, we don't need to start again, do we?
No, we don't need.
Go suck your mother.
What the hell was that? Belly, you're letting yourself down. What are you doing?
Oh, have you seen the one of that where he goes up to him and goes, "Have you got a spare bifter?" That's a fun one.
Man.
Oh, that was fun.
Man. So who's the new panelist, man?
Oh, bro, they're trying to deny him his English heritage, bro, like they do to us as well. Like, this man is saying he's Italian and Polish, like, from
No,
heritage.
he said his mum and dad. His
Yeah.
mum and dad were
And he's born in this country.
here, but his
And
grandparents
he's got
were Italian and Polish.
and he's got Irish in him, yeah, but he reckons he's English because he's born here. And Wendy and the other guy, Elliot, that racist little prick.
Well, the important thing, the important thing, no, the
They're trying
important,
to say he's not English.
no, the
Okay,
important
if
thing is
Trilla
said.
says you're English, then you're English. Simple
no,
as.
the
Wendy doesn't know what she is herself. One minute she's
no,
German, next minute she's bloody Nazi, and she's all sorts. Wendy's
Well,
confused.
let's put it this way: the day I become prime minister, you be the first one.
You'll never become prime minister.
Yeah.
That book you've been taking you 10
Yeah.
years to write that. You
Yeah.
still haven't finished it.
All right, can we stop with the personals?
All
Yeah.
right, Wendy, all right. Sorry, I go on mute. Carry on.
No, I was just going to say, like, the only thing is that I said that I'm English by birth, not blood. That was like the only distinction that I made. You know what I mean?
That's fine, love. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's what we reckon as well. Like, I reckon I'm English by birth, 100%, and I'm also English by culture, right?
No,
Like,
you're not.
Yes, I am, you dumb donut. What's wrong
Why are
with
you
you?
denying your heritage? Why?
I'm not, literally, I'm born in England. I was raised in England.
He's
My
English,
culture is English. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I've got Indian
You're
heritage.
Trilla is
British.
the
You're
most
not
English person I've
English.
seen.
There you
The
go.
best of
You know what I
England is
mean?
Trilla.
I've had more fucking fish and chips.
Alright,
than
Trilla, if
fucking
you're a
most
real
people.
Englishman, finish the song.
I'm England till I die. I'm England till I die.
Fucking hell.
Nah, that's it, man. Get out of here, man. Revoke his passport. He's definitely not English, mate.
I don't sing.
Yeah, he's not English, mate. Get out of here, mate.
I might be a sing, but I don't sing. All right.
You wouldn't be able to get through immigration claiming you're English, Triller. Let's
Yeah, get Triller out of here, man. You don't even know. You don't even know the Bumper Club football charts.
Mate, I ain't no fucking football hooligan, mate.
Wrong with this guy.
You know, along with the immigration, man, I'm English.
Claims to be a goalkeeper.
What was that Twitter called?
Yeah, revoke that, man. Revoke that, man. Revoke that. You're Indian now.
When did probably take you big part of it?
Tremaima. Your name's Tremaima Begum.
Why don't you go pray to your fucking prophet?
Tremaima Begum. You're out of here.
Block. Do you take donations on your channel?
Whoa, say that again, bro. Say that again.
Do you know on your YouTube channel? Do you take donations for the chat?
He's a multi-millionaire.
You know what? Yeah, I might turn on the super chat still. I'll see.
He's a multi-millionaire.
You know what? I don't mind people donating and all them sort of stuff there or whatever. Yeah.
Mandy Mosley said she wants to make big donations, especially after you run the gummy world.
That they're paying for your life or they're paying for any extra sort of stuff like that. It's not. You're donating because you wanted to say something at the time.
I was just going to say like, fun stream.
To donate, man.
Yeah, just donate.
Super chat. I like super chat.
It's like, you know what it is, yeah? I had someone that used to donate quite a lot on PayPal or whatever, but it's like, brother, you want to donate on PayPal and just be racist in the chat, yeah? It's like, cuz, like, I don't need your money. I'll just ban you in it. Forget about that.
Have you got a PayPal? Have you got PayPal?
Yeah, I've got a PayPal, man.
Yeah, I'll post a link in the private chat and I'll send you some.
Easy now.
But we don't allow people to pay for children here to be abused or mock dead children.
Go and tell your grooming gang that then.
We don't allow that. Yeah, but they don't come here, do they? We don't allow them.
No, they're all sat in your house.
We don't allow them.
I haven't given.
We don't allow people like Jupiter, Hector. They're banned, kicked off, humiliated, scumbags. That's what they are. Bloody mock dead children. How sick and twisted must you be?
Oh, I always forget with Streamlabs that you can look up the comments on the
disgusting
right-hand side.
Yeah. Press comments, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the fan base is, bro. That's where the horde are lingering. You know what I mean, they're the important people. I literally just don't look at any of them shit. I go straight to private chat and just ignore them.
I love arguing with people in
what's
comments.
going on between Pakistan and India then?
I don't know. I just heard about it yesterday. I heard that there's some
There's some trouble in Kashmir.
Yeah,
that the military, they fire up for fun at each other every few often. They get bored. They have nothing better to do on that border. They start firing at each other. It's normal.
They'll just fucking, just chat a bit of shit. You know what I mean? Go toe to toe a little bit. You know what I mean? And then just back off.
It's fucking Pakistan just never really behaves itself, does it?
But it's not what you mean. It's scaremongering tactics. It works for both countries, especially for India. Like, end of the day,
Pakistan didn't go around invading, raping, pillaging.
No, they only.
You know what? Yeah, I ain't been on PayPal for so long. Yeah, I forgot how to log on. God damn, it took me ages.
Yeah, come here and rape our young girls.
It took me ages to log on to that Bumper Club.
One question: Who made Pakistan? Wendy, who made Pakistan?
Yeah, it was Gandhi.
The British
Nero,
people.
Nero. No, you see, you always do this, right? You always do this, but it was Nero, somebody called Nero or something. And Gandhi drew the line and said, we want a country called Pakistan.
Hey, Ghost, calm down, man. Let and your mic's kind of loud, cuz, man.
It's my time, bro. Your mic ain't loud.
Yeah, it's part of it.
Trying to go for personals. I'm already fucking sick of it.
Who's went to personal, Wendy? You got going to personal. What did I say?
I don't know, but anyway.
You don't know about went to
Hey,
personal.
what benevolent, cuz, man? You man are hating, cuz. What? Imagine that John said, yo, let me donate to you, fam, because I rate the show. Yeah? He's not like, rah, this brother's kissing Nelly's ass. Rah. You blockers, fam. You see, now that's why you know Super Chat's not on. And these man want to block the pound notes, fam. That's you.
Yeah, I rate him, man. I rate him. Big up. Because you know what? He's going straight to PayPal. Big up, bro. You get me? But you're going to get. Well, that's just going to cost you, isn't it? For any reason, bro.
Say that again?
I said people are just going to cost you for any reason, bro.
Yeah. No matter what you do, cuz. No matter what you do.
So if India went to war with Pakistan,
one second, Wendy. Let me just ask Wendy a question. Well, one second, Wendy. Let me just. Wendy, calm down. I'm going to turn my mic up if you carry on. I'm going to turn my mic up if you carry on. Let me ask Veli a question.
You sort him out, Veli, because he's not allowing.
No, wait, let him just ask me a question. He wants to ask me a question, and then you can carry on with Trilla. Let him ask me the question, and then you can carry on with Trilla. I'll let you carry on.
All right, Veli, do you think, have you got an issue when people call out somebody that mocks dead children? Is that an issue?
No.
All right, thank you. Carry on.
Cool.
In the middle of a conversation about Charlie Mullins? Really?
Yeah, but obviously, like you're saying, yeah, it's true. Within at least at a break or a gap in it when it's your time to speak, not while the person's speaking it. It's not.
Yeah, I'll give my time to Ghost. Carry on, bro.
Well, no, you're not getting away that easy, Trilla. Will you, if India goes to war with Pakistan, will you get on the plane and go and fight for your country?
No, I'm not fighting for nobody but my family.
Some tourists got killed in Kashmir, Trilla. Do you hear about that?
I ain't fighting for no country, man. You get me? I'm staying at home. All right, I'm staying at home.
The Punjabis will not fight the Punjabis. Doesn't work like that.
You man are funny still. Don't fight the Punjabis.
Sorry, I like that.
Hey, big up yourself, bro.
Yeah, did you get that cash? It was only 20 quid, but
I can see the PayPal sign, yeah. Big up yourself, man. It don't matter, man. Even if it's £1 or £1 million.
Thanks for getting me on the stream, you know. I owe you a little something. So
yeah, cool, man. Say less, man. Don't worry, man. Don't let these haters stop you from coming round
so, Bear,
and jumping on the panel, man.
What's your biggest worry about this country, Bear?
People who play for child abuse.
Well, right. When you say that,
go on, Bear.
No, because Ghost makes it sound like as in no. In what sense? Like, what would you say?
What can I elaborate
on the mess we're in? The mess we're in now. Which bit of it do you think is the most important to try and sort out?
And
right,
can I elaborate? Can I elaborate on that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, pussy old Cleon.
Oh, here we go.
This waste man.
He's wants to dance.
Hey, El.
The washing machine.
These are gummies troll sheet.
Hey.
You see it? The washing machine.
Let's dance. Let's
I want to dance.
He saw the little dance. Yeah, but listen, yeah. Lowe's wants to take you out for a drink anyway. Make sure you're wearing your maxi dress. Yeah. You little bitch. I heard you got curves and that, bro. You ain't got no shoulders either, man.
Right, so Wendy...
You dickhead.
I was going to say, so Wendy, you asked me a question, and someone else asked me a question after that. I'll answer Wendy's first, and then I'll ask the other guy who asked me. Is that all right?
Yeah, go. Go.
All right, so what was your question again, Wendy? Sorry.
The mess this country's in at the moment, which part of it, which one do you see as the most important to try and get us back on the right track again? Because there's so much wrong with this country at the moment. It's unbelievable.
The lack of a constitution.
Yeah.
Okay. To can I ask you a question about what you thought about the recent rioting that happened in this country, and what
The race riots.
what was the motivation in your opinion? Was it more race motivated, considering how many people were actually afraid to come out their houses, and this country was basically at a point where it was unsafe to travel to?
Yeah. So I think the thing is that there was definitely some racial motivation to it. I do know that, like, when it comes to other stuff, they were saying that the far right had a big hand to play in it. I personally believe that the far right did have a hand in whipping up the crowd and spreading misinformation and stuff like that. But I don't think they were this massive centre force that was guiding the riots.
But didn't you see the video by Danny Tomo that he made? He basically called for every city to go up. He said every immigration house must be checked. So he blamed every immigrant for what a person that was born in Wales did, a Welsh man.
Yeah, let's get it right. He wasn't Welsh. Yeah, so we can stop that right now. Right, we can stop that right now.
No, hang on. Sorry, Ghost. Your mic popped a bit there. Could you just repeat that for me? Sorry.
Follow it.
I said Danny Tommy's right-hand man did a video where he demanded that everyone needs to wake up and every city needs to go up and every immigrant house needs to be checked. So he blamed it all on the immigrants, and that's why the riots kicked off and turned into race riots, where they were doing...
the riots kicked off because those three little girls were murdered.
Wendy, yeah, sorry to cut you off.
Stop interrupting, man. Calm yourself down.
Yeah, you
do. Menopause on this one. But what happened in Middlesbrough, they were doing race checks, so they were basically saying anybody white and English can go past, but if he was a white, he wasn't allowed to drive past.
Yeah,
so racist and spastic.
Replying to Ghost, I haven't seen that video. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It, probably well does, and probably did cause some uproar. But that was just an individual.
You mentioned far right. Do you believe that Tommy Robinson is far right?
Yeah, his connections to Martin Sellner and all of the neo-Nazi groups across Europe. He's far right as they come.
What do you think?
I'm not too sure, because I remember he went through that whole position change where it was pro-Israel and shit like that.
What, for the week?
What, a transition? Mad thing.
No, I don't know. He's always been pro-Israel. And he'd come up with the whole stuff when the 7th of October thing happened.
Didn't you see the one where he did the Jewish question?
Is far right, and they're actual Israelis. So
if you look at the Jewish question that he did,
a Jew or from Israel and being far right,
he's connecting to Martin Sellner.
About the riots in the summer,
he started Pegida in the UK.
The thing is that I haven't seen that. I don't watch. Oh no!
The fact is, if those kids hadn't been murdered and slaughtered the way they were, there wouldn't have been any riots.
By the Welsh man.
No, he wasn't Welsh.
He was. He was born in Wales, man.
But the thing I was going to say I don't follow Tommy Robinson. I would say he is probably a far right figure, but I don't know enough about him to say yeah or no. Because if you say to me, "Oh, he's got a video of this, he's got a video of that," I haven't seen them. I'm not saying you're wrong or I'm not saying you're wrong or you're making it up. I'm just saying because I haven't seen them, I can't put my perception on it and go yes or no.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a fair question answer if you haven't seen it. You can't comment on it. But I can sometimes, if you subscribe to my channel, I can show you all the videos, all the evidence, all the research I've done, which will 100% prove
and you miss out the grooming gangs, don't
you? B is far right. And
so you miss out the grooming gangs, don't you?
Wendy's brought up.
So anyway, there's a lot more far right groups popping up everywhere, right?
Well, Pegida.
And it's for one reason and one reason only. It's the amount of refugees and immigrants that the government's letting in.
Who started Pegida in the UK?
What?
Who started Pegida in the UK? The far
Tommy
right group from
Robinson did
Germany.
with his fucking silly mate. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much.
Oh, you think I'm going to lie? I'm not going to lie.
So he's far right then, isn't he?
But there's worse. No, he's not, because there's worse. You need to Google.
But that's silly when you not say that though. That there's
I
worse.
know worse far right.
It's levels, isn't it? Like,
you need to
you can
Google
still,
National
you don't have to
Rebirth
be
and
a
see what
Hitler
that's
to
about.
be classed
Yeah?
as far right. You know what I'm saying? There's different spectrums, isn't it? Like
Mm,
you
yeah.
can be
Look,
further
I've got
right
a-
than
I
the
got a
farthest
theory on
right,
his
and still be
phone as well.
further left. Sorry, than the farthest right, and still be
Yeah.
far
Now,
right.
people say that he didn't want the police to get into his phone because he got witnesses and everything in there.
Yeah,
I don't
everybody
believe
will
that.
say that.
There's I think there's other reasons why he doesn't want
Yeah, it's far right
the
connections.
anti-terror squad getting into his phone. I'm not going to say what it is, but I think I know what it is. But there's another group, and it's called National Rebirth. And these people, well, they're horrendous. What they believe
We have
in.
to. Yeah, but the example always has to be, oh well, he's not as extreme as the most extreme of extremes.
No, I'm not saying
That
that
doesn't-
at the moment, because I'm in between at the moment, Veli. I'm trying to find out and get to the truth.
Was it
But even
animal porn or
the
something?
starting of the Pegida UK or whatever,
Yeah, he did.
being
He
a
did
former
start that, yeah.
National Front member and all that. So is it National Front or BNP? One of them. BNP, I think
BNP.
it was. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
National
Belly was
Front's a
like
bit
before, where there is a
right.
spectrum when it comes to the political compass, you know, because National Socialism, fascism are far right, but they're both completely separate entities.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but Tommy is definitely far right. Because if you look at his connection to Martin Sellner, who's a neo-Nazi starting Pegida in the UK, he's also connected to many far-right organizations across Europe. He's 100% far-right. Yeah, there's extreme far-right that possibly worse
I don't know
than
what's wrong. Why the supporters so reluctant to accept the far right label with supporting? You know, it's like supporting everything that's like far right, but just don't want to be calling yourself far right. It's what?
Literally,
Why don't you just
I know.
accept the label?
Oh, their only excuse is that
Well, you
there
have
are
to
worse
define
far-right people.
far right then, don't you? You have to define what you
It's
consider
like
to
your
be far right.
politics and the angle that you take is either extreme nationalism, you're extremely anti-immigration, or you're extreme about an opposing religion that's allegedly overtaken the country. And all that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
yeah.
Those are the things that get you in there, man. No?
That's not far right.
Yeah, being anti-immigration is a far-right rhetoric.
Far
Being
right
against
to
killing
me,
people
right?
is
Far
far-right
right to
rhetoric.
me is that are people who are neo-Nazis. They will go along and pretend to people like ghosts that they agree with them, only to turn on them and try and get them out of the country. There's a lot of neo-Nazis around in Europe and in this country. Yeah.
Yeah, like Tommy Robinson, that's what I'm trying to say.
No, and Tommy Robinson, see, this is where you're going wrong. Tommy Robinson is not a neo-Nazi.
So what's his connection to Martin Sellner, who is a neo-Nazi?
Well, his connection to Selma was he supported him for some strange reason. Yes.
No, he said he's a very good friend. If you look at their relationship on Twitter, it went in realms of just not about free speech or letting him have his say. They was like good friends.
Yeah,
Well,
see, the
he
thing
put it
is, I have
across,
to look
didn't
at that myself, because when people say connections, like,
Mm.
I'm not saying you're a liar, by the way, Ghost. I'm just saying that when people say connections, it could be like, oh, we've interacted once or twice, or it could be like, oh,
It's
no, we're best
interactive.
buddies.
If you look at it, when Martin Sellner got married, Tommy Robinson said, congratulations to my good friends, because he was friends with his wife as well, who were Brittany Pettibone. Then she obviously changed the name to Brittany Sellner. He was very good friends with her as well. So he said he wished them, congratulated them
So
on their
would you
marriage.
call
This was all
your
done on Twitter.
fellow
So it was
Muslim
done in public.
Sabida far
It
right?
wasn't
Because
look.
she couldn't
He
stay
also
away from Chris
he
Kearns, could
also
she?
in his
No, she couldn't stay
documentary.
away from Chris
One second,
Kearns.
Wendy. Let me
Yeah.
finish, man. Then you can go. Let me finish. Then you can go. Also, in his documentary, the one that he did in Trafalgar Square, he stuck up for another neo-Nazi called Sam Millier, who got done for posting anti-Semitic stickers all over, and Tommy made it out that he only stuck up stickers about
I
refugees and
haven't
it's
heard him
okay to be
stick up
white.
for Samuel yet.
Yeah, sorry?
I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard that, no?
No.
It's on the video. He's made that one that he documentary, the one where he played the silence, and he took up for Sam Millier. So Wendy, do you know that? How come you don't know that? You know everything.
That is bad. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So he stuck up for Sam Millier in his documentary. He's mentioned Sam Millier that he got done for putting up stickers, but he didn't mention that one of them stickers or a few of them stickers were anti-Semitic, really bad anti-Semitic stickers. All he said, he put stickers, it's okay to be white, refugees are not welcome. But he also did a lot of other shit that Tommy didn't tell all of his followers. This is what I mean, the guy is far right. He might.
Yeah, but Tommy Robinson's not the problem at the moment. We're
Hey,
looking
one
at the
sec, yeah.
problem.
Diana B, you can't talk to me about no dead children ever again, innit? Because you're out here supporting people
Stop
singing
the
about someone
morality.
else's
Anybody
murdered
that
child.
sits with Gummy, that not be moral again on these streams.
Anytime, if you're capping for that argument, I don't want to hear you trying to tell me anything about any dead children, because, like, Jupiter literally said, I asked her, what, so you think it's okay if you think it's okay to mock their children or whatever, then you can knock out or whatever. She said, yeah, I think it's okay. Yes, I do. So
yeah, and she was giggling when Betty was like saying, go after murder, and
yeah, because when me and Monk were talking at the start of the stream, like when I jumped in with him, we were talking about this, weren't we? And I said, it's the fact that not only are they saying the most reprehensible stuff, it's the fact that they're not saying it with the chest. They're doing it on a stream with them not even there. Do you know what I mean?
Lady D hasn't been around for about 6 months. These lot disappear for 6 days, and if you speak about them, I'm not even been about for a week, and they're talking about me. Lady D's not been around for more than 6 months. And every time they talk about her, they mock her dead child. They sing songs about digging up his grave and
I think you said that.
You don't want to meet these people, man. I'm telling you.
I'd love to meet them. I want to jump in a stream and just argue with them. It'd be fun.
Oh yeah, no, but at the end of the day,
yeah, man, you'd have to jump.
They used to get demolished on every argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. I used to do like fairy blood sports back in the day. It was brutal, but it was also really entertaining. So I'd love to jump in with these people.
What blood sports? What?
Fairy blood sports.
Oh, what's that?
So way back when, you had something called internet blood sports, which was like streams where people would come on and scream at each other and argue.
Oh, okay, love.
I had fairy blood sports, which was the same thing, but for people in the fairy fandom. So I used to like just bring people on and scream at them for like 2 hours. Oh no, it was great. I loved it.
Mad.
Well,
so these people who are saying these stuff, I'd love to jump in a stream with them.
Mate. You'll be a natural out here. All right.
Yeah, no, because I'll just throw these things that people have said back in their face. You know what I mean? If they're just going to repeat themselves and go, talk to me, I'll go, well, go talk to the therapist.
This is what these streams are about, bro. A lot of back and forth on some bullshit. So.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's a strange point that's Diana B's trying to make. Yeah, like I said, Diana B's boss was on there saying it's okay to mock dead children. You ain't heard me say that. Diana B is asking me, what about the children in Southport? I'm like, you need to ask your boss that, because she just gave the green light on people being able to mock them. Because when I said, what about people mocking murdered children? She said, yes, it's okay to do that. So,
because see, that was the thing.
Chat to your boss, man.
That was the thing I was saying before about the double-edged sword. If I looked at this Diana B and I found out that she's got a relative who's passed away or whatever, and I threw it up in her face, would she like her? No. Do you know what I mean? But she's co-opted this and saying, oh yeah, no, it's fine to do, to mock deceased relatives or deceased children. So, if I do it to her, is she okay with it? Because she said it's okay to do,
It's wild, cuz, like, so.
Yeah.
It's a strange angle that these weirdos in the cucks, these men are just straight cucks. There's even female cucks as well and cleaners.
Not only that, mate. You got to remember the woman that did it.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Ghost. These men are gonna try cuck and try to moralize to us while their boss is out here screaming, "Fuck the dead children, pick up your dead children," and all them sort of shits. There, are you okay?
Yeah, what about this? What about this? What about that?
That wine of the Fridays got you fucking lightheaded and spinning.
Put it this way: if you lot said anything like that, if we said anything like that, right?
Yeah,
you would never hear the end of it. You would never hear the end of it.
Nynaeve said byproduct, and they all had
we have to be politically correct. Yeah?
Yo, Nynaeve was talking about a hypothetical child that doesn't exist, called it a byproduct, yeah, and then these men cried in their cornflakes for months. Byproduct, yeah, she's a byproduct. Oh my god, she's a byproduct, yeah. But then let Jupiter jump on there and tell you about dig up your dead youth and all them sort of things.
Bad thing. That's okay.
And these men are gonna start asking you about, but what about the children in Southport? It's like, huh?
Yeah, then they're gonna be what about the children in Palestine?
They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, what about the children in Israel?
What do they say about that? What do you say about that? You say, "Oh, they're not from here. We only care about shit that's happening here. We don't care about shit that's happening anywhere else." Crazy. And then you want to bring up about India and Pakistan when it's convenient. Fucking mad.
Who are you talking to?
Everyone.
What was that about?
They'll talk about foreign affairs when it suits them, but when they know that they have to condemn someone, then they'll be like, "And we're not interested in foreign affairs."
I was going to say, like, someone's brought up foreign affairs, not me.
Fucking ridiculous, man. Double standards all the way through, man. Fucking hell.
What are you talking about, Trello?
If it doesn't fit your narrative, you're not fucking interested.
What are you talking about, Trello? Who are you talking to, Trello?
Wendy, you was complaining about Nynaeve when she asked Babs that if I called Betty the N-word, would she had called, and you was outraged over that.
Yeah, because I can't equate
Obviously, Babs would have said the N-word.
What Babs said and what
you think Babs would have said the N-word?
made out.
So you think Babs would have said the N-word?
They're two different things, Ghost.
Babs would have loved to say the N-word. Look what she wrote about Welly today.
Nynaeve didn't make out that she said anything. You jumped on and had your own assumptions.
I know.
You can't
made your own
that
assumptions on what was said.
I know you said she called her white trash when she never did.
No, you can't preempt that at all.
Yeah, but you know what it is,
You
man. It's
said
just another sign of the fake
called her white
outrage.
trash when she never did.
That fake ass
Trouble
outrage
is
that
with you,
everyone's
Ghost. You should
running
come on
about
here
with.
to cause trouble again, aren't you?
I'm not a trouble causer, Wendy.
Just get your carpet and go in the corner and pray to
I'm not a trouble causer, Wendy. Relax with your stereotypical racism. I'm a citizen journalist.
Magic carpet.
You're not a citizen journalist, you fool.
I am the best in the world.
Was it all?
Hey.
Oh, tell you what, I've got a question for everyone. This might start the conversation. Sorry, did you say wait?
What's with these guys in the chat, man? You man love too much flipping like fishy innuendos, man.
They all like to finger Jupiter.
These guys.
What the fuck?
Probably.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. What do you mean a finger? That would be you, because Hector sticks his head up. No.
Hector dive did. Hector gets lost for weeks in there.
Tell you what, do you know what you were saying earlier, Trevor, about foreign affairs and stuff?
Mm.
Do you think anti-interventionism is a bad thing?
Could you elaborate on anti-intervention?
Sort of like, for example, let's say a war broke out in the Horn of Africa, and we sent, I don't know, money, troops, equipment, one of the two, maybe all three, Do you think that's like a good thing or bad thing?
No, I mean, generally going by what we've been doing over the last, few years, it's all been about proxy wars. So we're not going to fight the wars directly. We're just going to indirectly fight the wars by creating proxy wars.
We definitely are.
To support the military arm. I mean, the people that are basically, the war machine, they're just funding the war machine. Literally, where it came to Ukraine, for example, Boris Johnson was just getting rid of old ammunition, old stock, because it's got a sell by date.
Well,
right?
who cares? Who cares?
And,
We're making money for this country, so it doesn't
right. But it matters, because at the end of the day,
No.
well, again, who profits from that? The people that
We did.
No,
yeah.
not we. Those people in those shareholders did, right? The people who are invested in weapons manufacturing, munitions, and so on. They're the ones that are profiting from that. So we're just funding the war machine. It's not our country, particularly in that regard. It's the investors that make the money from it, because we're getting those weapons and everything else from other private, corporations that basically manufacture.
So you're on the stance of that we, like don't get involved. Let us sort ourselves off
100%.
first.
Yeah. Don't because when the fuck have we ever stepped in and fucking made things better? We've only made things worse. Like when? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, problem is that when you say that, we have made things worse, but we've also improved some stuff. It depends.
Exactly. But they don't like to. They don't like to look at that. You see.
At whose expense and at what profit? Like you look at Iraq, right? 2 million. Sorry, was it how 2 million civilians, right? 2 million civilians that died because of an invasion that was illegal, right? We had no right to go there. There were no nuclear weapons and blah blah blah. We went on a false premise, and literally, like that should have been it. That's why.
But I think
were out of power for so long.
I think at the time though is that George W. Bush had like Tony Blair by the balls and was just going, "You need to go in." And he was like, "Yes, sir."
Well, to an extent, I mean, if you in the grand scheme of things, right, it's all global in that regard, right? But when it comes when it comes down to it, I mean, freaking, it's just you know what I mean. We can't allow this. We can't fucking fall for the same bullshit over and over and over again. They've done the same shit to Gaddafi. They went to Afghanistan, right? They pulled out. It's just mad. You know what I mean? It's just absolute bullshit. Now they're doing the same shit now with Ukraine, right? And then it will be another country. Then it will be some proxy war with fucking China and fucking whoever they want to fight.
The immigrants can fight.
Well, that's what we're doing, Wendy. We're funding whoever's there. That's all we're doing.
Well,
and
as
we're
long
giving
as it's
them
not a
munitions.
British person, I don't care.
It does. What I mean, like that money is not going to Britain, right? That we're just spending more money, right, from our country, saying, "Oh, it's for a just cause, good versus evil."
Yeah, well,
bullshit.
is it though? Is it?
No, it's never. It never is. It never is. It's never black and white. It never is.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like the thing is that the only time a country can give like money or supplies and stuff like that to another country is when that country is a utopia where everyone is completely fine and there's money pouring out the walls. That's the only time a country should go, well, if we give them money, we're not going to lose out on anything. Whereas, when Keir Starmer did that deal with Zelensky, the 100-year thing, and like, we're going to give so much. Like, why
the
not put that
coalition
money?
of the willing. Christ.
It's a problem where we're part of NATO, and if we are
they
obligated,
should brick up, brick up and flood the tunnel, right? And then we should just stay out of everything. We don't need to be involved in any of it. Nothing.
Generally speaking, I would kind of agree with you on that point, but that's never going to happen. But when it comes down to it,
Can't hear you, Triller. I don't know where you've gone.
I would agree with you on that point about literally just not getting involved, right? But we got no choice. We're part of NATO. we have to be involved in some way, shape, or
Well,
form.
we
have
could leave
obligations.
NATO. No,
We're
I'm saying
part of
I'm not saying that that's what we could. I'm saying that's what I'd prefer. Not even to be part of NATO, just pull out of everything, brick up the bloody and flood the tunnel so we become a complete island again and we don't have to get involved with none of it that goes on.
We've always been an island in that regard, you know.
But we're not now, are we?
No, look, end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? The fact is, we are a leading country, okay? And we do set an example, we do set precedents, right, for the rest of the world. And we have to set a better example than we are already setting, not just abandon everything. You know,
I say don't get involved in any of it. No,
let
them all get involved in it.
The one thing that I'm, in my belief, makes this country great, you know, like when it comes to Great Britain, is the fact of our multiculturalism, our integration, our amalgamation of lots of different faiths and cultures, right? All getting along with one another, right? I believe that's what makes us unique, and that's what makes us strong, and that's what makes us united. That's what makes us the United Kingdom. And, you know, we should be at the forefront of every single fucking, political campaign, debate, and problem around the world. We should be setting a better example than we already are.
Yeah.
No, because whenever Britain's in the forefront and setting an example, people like you, Triller, then pop up and blame Britain for everything.
Not blaming, Wendy. I just want my country to do better. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and it would do better by keeping out of everything and letting everyone else get on with it.
No, Wendy. It would do better by just doing better. All right. My God.
We shouldn't have anything to do with the Ukraine. Leave them to it.
Yeah, to an extent, I agree. Yeah. I mean, we can definitely negotiate in peace talks and things like that. We can definitely intervene. We're part of NATO at the end of the day, and Russia.
We can't become part of. NATO cannot go into the Ukraine. If it goes into the Ukraine, that's it.
No,
Putin
NATO might not be able to
full
go
on
into
war with everybody. Yeah.
Right, but what have we been doing? We've been pressing all the buttons, right? These are kind of NATO have their own agenda. NATO are going to keep on pushing.
Well, yeah. Because you see, that you hit the nail on the head there. Because in the 50s, the Soviets were very suspicious of NATO, and they wanted to basically prove a point to say that NATO is just an organization against Russia. So in 1950 something, they applied to join NATO, and they said, well, if we join, we've got access to all the Western stuff, but if they refuse us, then we'll know for the fact that NATO is purely established to curb, Russian expansion.
Exactly. And Putin doesn't want it on his doorstep, so.
I mean, Putin's a cunt in himself, but.
Putin's a what?
The C word.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's a cunt.
I can say, yeah, he's a cunt then.
They say a lot worse than these streams.
He's a very strange individual, isn't he, Putin? Very odd.
I don't know.
He was in the KGB, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I heard Putin's.
Hey, Wendy, do you want to see what was on the BBC one time?
What? Oh, Christ.
Suck your mom, yeah, I said suck your mom. Suck your mother and die.
Nah.
Smelly, what are you doing?
Oh, man.
Man, that's just like a London thing as well, like suck your mum and that.
So this AI is becoming really creepy. The way that people are using it, they're using it badly. They got something good and people are using it for bad. Yeah.
I was going to say, don't use all base down south. Like, I'm not asking for your address, and I'm just saying, like South England.
Yeah. Well, originally I'm from the northeast, so I don't count myself as a southerner. No,
You speak like a southerner, Wendy. Don't lie.
I don't.
I think you're from Oxford, personally.
I'm from no, I'm from Sunderland. There's a big fucking difference.
How the fuck are you from Sunderland? You don't have any
am
fucking
from
accent.
Sunderland.
You fucking liar. You're such a
No,
liar.
I'm not.
Fucking a liar.
No, I'm not.
Oh, fucking hell.
Such a
What
liar.
about yourself then, Tilla? Like you down south?
I was born and bred in London, mate.
He lives in Little India, Southall.
West London. Born and bred.
It's a big
Proud
place.
of it. Proud of it. I think West London is literally a really nice place compared to the rest of London.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
you got your-
because it's so big that I know you've got North London, South London, East and West.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I couldn't distinguish what's what, but I know that there's...
But you know what though, like when it comes to living in London, like you gotta live on one of those kind of avenues, those, you know, roads off the main road, you know what I mean? Like you living off a proper main road, living on one is fucked up, and just living off one of those terraced, you know what I mean, places, oh, that's really shit as well. I wouldn't want to do that. Like you gotta have a little bit of a suburban kind of area. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but the thing is though, because like with the size of London, trying to have like a suburban, you'd be miles out of the way, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, what it is, I don't understand it with these like women nowadays. These freaking like women that are like that want their own places in their like 20s and 30s. They want to live in flats. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why the fuck do you want to live in a flat? Like, you know what I mean? That costs like £500,000 or some shit like that. Well, near enough. You know,
Because they don't want to live with their parents like you do, Trilla.
Yeah, but literally, like that's just so stupid. Yeah,
But
okay.
it's the way of the modern times, isn't it? I mean,
But however, the one thing I'll say, Wendy, is that when it comes to modernism, that is a flawed aspect, because when you're breaking up the family dynamic and letting these kids go out on their own, you know, I think that family should be household until, you know, they find a partner or.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like
I
that.
agree. But these modern, you know, kids, if you like, who want flats and everything, and it's just the way it is, isn't it? Now
we just spent 43,000, right, renovating our house, right? And it's not fully renovated yet. We'd probably have to spend another good like 20-30 grand renovating it properly. Yeah? But like honestly, this is what you got to do. I mean, it's worth renovating rather than moving. I was telling my parents, right, if you moved, right, it would cost us about $1 million to $1.5 million at least to get something really decent. Like honestly, like I'm like, look, our house is probably worth about, you know, if we were going to sell it, you wouldn't want to sell it for less than 700,000. You know, you'd be upset if you got less than that. Like, and you know, like in this market today, yeah.
I know someone here that knows someone and blah blah blah, but they're saying that you see, Brexit has had a massive effect on the services in not the services, you know, like restaurants and bars and all that sort of stuff there, innit? Because like to get people to work in them jobs now, the minimum wage has gone up because obviously, you know, certain man them ain't working for minimum wage or basic, innit? I want a little bit more. It's usually the other guys that are on their couple weeks break or study gap or whatever come over and do that shit for a little while and then fly back in it just to get some extra change or whatever. But yeah, it's mad still.
The thing with the minimum wage as well is that it doesn't like accurately just for inflation. Like minimum wage will go up and then the prices will have already gone up or they'll go up. You know, like because you know that funny thing I always reference, where someone was able to calculate inflation and what the minimum wage should be by using Freddos. Like, you know, Because like I think accurately to live life out as it was. Yeah, but I mean to live like for us to live accurately as it was back then, minimum wage is supposedly meant to be like £18 something to live as it was, which is wild to me.
It's only about
so that's
£11 something, isn't it?
Another failure of Brexit.
Oh yeah, Brexit they really fucked up on. Didn't have a clue, none of them.
Nah, that was deliberate. They
So
fucking
you know the
knew.
Brexit supporters. Why do they say Brexit's not actually been done yet? When like
You know.
you can't
So
go to Europe, you can't buy nothing from Europe. Not
When I
in
was
the
in-
EU and so on. So
when I
I
was in
believe it's
college,
something to
right?
do with like they haven't signed like a deal or something. I'm not too sure.
But when I was in college, right, I studied politics, right, and the first thing we learned about referendums, right, were like they would never, ever, ever do a referendum unless they knew what the outcome was going to be. Even though this one was quite close, they fucking knew what the outcome would be. Like, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah, they got the guy to resign because of it, whatever. Yeah, but he had an out. Do you know what I mean? Like, look what he did after.
The one
You know, David
most
Cameron was making fucking tons of money after he left our government.
Oh yeah, but the one most overlooked aspect when it comes to all Brexit was the Northern Irish border. That caused a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like no one took that into consideration because when the EU started pushing for you need a hardline border, I was like, you know.
I don't think they even thought about it. Do you know that?
Yeah, but Northern Ireland's forgotten about most of the time.
Yeah.
I've been to Northern Ireland. It's a very it's a nice place, but depending on where you go, it's very eye-opening.
What's the capital? Belfast.
hey Vicky, you should have read the small print, love. You know what they say when you sign a contract, innit? You should have read the small print, love. You know what I mean? You can't just say, yeah, Nigel Farage said Brexit's going to be nice. Let me vote for it.
Yeah, by that
Every
logic, I can
economist
go
would say,
into
listen, this baby's fuckeries.
By that logic, I can go into politics and be like, "Oh, go for me. I'll give you a house."
It's crazy.
But yeah, Belfast is the capital of Northern Ireland, and Dublin is the capital of Republic of Ireland. Unless someone in the chat proves me wrong.
No, it is Belfast.
JB
and,
just loves
Dublin for Ireland. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like begging for more tariffs. He was American tariffs and American.
So what city? So what city's got the prettiest women? Belfast or Dublin?
Calm down, cuz. That hormone beef's gonna give the man the moves, cuz.
I'm asking the man from his experience. Yeah, right. He says he's got some Irish lineage in him. Where do you think the prettiest women are? Belfast or Dublin?
Christ.
Oh, do you know what?
Yeah, it's a real important question. That
really is for me.
Well, it is because when I went there, I wasn't looking at women. I was looking at like historical stuff. You know, I did it all wrong. So I can't really say.
I'm just asking, like, because dude, when I went to Glasgow, I thought, fucking hell, man, what happened here?
So,
It's like a
which
train
side
wreck.
of the peace walls were you on?
So obviously you've got to go through the Protestant bit first, and then you end up on the Catholic side. It's not as standoffish as you would think, but depending on where you go, because I went to go see one of the murals that was on the side of the pub, and then I went into the pub, and then they obviously like knew I was a tourist and all that, and I was chatting to someone, and it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes in, the guy just turned to me dead straight and was like, "So, are you Catholic or Protestant?" I'm Catholic, you know, I'm from Liverpool. I was like, "Okay. Are you Republican or anything?" I was like, "Not really, mate, no." It's like, I don't have a side, don't have a dog in the fight. And he was like, "Okay."
Yeah, exactly. You just happen to be Catholic.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, okay, then you're all right." I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
But yeah. So I went
didn't go to one fisherman's meeting. He went to one of the meetings for the fisheries or whatever. He didn't go to none of them.
So like, I don't understand why
No, they
Nigel
didn't
Farage
think
is a
about
trusted
things like that, Belly. They
source
didn't think
of
about the
Brexit.
fisheries. They didn't think about the Northern Ireland border.
No.
No,
None of
but he
that
said
was
he was on the
thought about.
fisherman's side. He said he was on the farmer's side. He said he was on the
No,
working class
no.
people's side, and so and so, so and so. And you know,
Oh, who's this Farage?
yeah.
Mm.
Farage. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling him Farage as well instead of Farage. Hey, Farage.
Oh yeah, sorry, I say it wrong. Sorry about that.
No, say it that. Keep it like that, man. Fucking
Yeah.
Farage.
No, a lot of people will say Farage because it's Mr. Farage himself who insists that
Raj.
it's pronounced Farage, you know.
Far right, Raj.
I mean, in fairness, there's a lot of words that everyone pronounces differently, like Celtic or Celtic, and you know, what's the other one?
But I say
Is it-
both Celtic and Celtic. Like, I say Celtic for the football team and Celtic for the ethnicity. I
Yeah.
think that's a bit weird.
But
You know, I
what would you
didn't
say
realise
for a
that until you said
person, like a Celtic person? Would you call them a Celt or a Celt?
I'd call them a Celt.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so it's the ethnicity and then the team. I say Celtic. I don't know.
But I'd never support Celtic, no.
I was always a Rangers fan. I used to like what's his name, Brian Laudrup. Skills, man.
I think I've seen like a few Rangers games before. But
Yeah,
that's about-
because the people that pretended to be Brexiteers of the Conservative government were former Remainers. Like they were Remainers saying they wanted to stay until they got the leave vote, and then Boris Johnson was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to leave." Yeah.
I think the worst
Came
part as
out,
well.
fucked him up in the Houses of Parliament about that.
Yeah,
So
I think one of the big issues as well was I don't know who it was. It was campaigning, but they were going around going, "We give like 400 million a week to the EU, so let's use it on ourselves." And
Yeah, that was
Boris
Boris
Boss.
Johnson. Yeah.
yeah,
Boris
because the day after the vote, he was on the morning news and they were talking to him. It was like,
So
that wasn't on the side of the
obviously
bus.
that's not true.
Yeah,
What?
but
You
it
literally
was the
was
fact
running
that the
about
day,
saying the 350 million for every day
yeah,
until the day after. Ah, you know what? It's not actually true.
yeah, that was the thing. It was the day after the vote would come in, and he was like, "No, that's not true." I was like, "No, any me buses," and it's like, "Here's a picture." It's like, "Oh, it's not our bus." It's like, what? Oh, yeah. I think when it comes to like the Brexit thing, a lot of people were misinformed and told something else.
I think the
Well,
Remain side didn't go hard enough with their campaigning either.
No, not really. I think David Cameron did the rounds on like a few stuff, and that was it.
Yeah. They needed to do like, you see, like when Tony Blair was doing that Iraq run. Every day he's just turning up on the news with fucking George what's his name? George Washington. George is it George Washington?
Push.
George Bush, that's it, yeah, George Bush. Yeah, the junior, innit? George Bush Jr. So,
Yeah, senior was the former.
you know
And
what I
then,
mean?
yeah.
Then next week, the camera pads over to George Bush. Look, England, we need you in the war. You know what I
Oh
mean?
God, there was a lot of that
Wow.
going on, wasn't there? Yeah.
The man should have done the same thing with the Brexit thing. Got the French dons and the Germans and the so-and-sos and all that. England, we need you. Stay in. You're getting money together. But,
Well, that was the thing, because George Bush basically was just, Tony Blair was George Bush's puppet, I should say, because Tony Blair was a revered prime minister right until we entered the war.
Yeah, it was
That's it.
embarrassing the way that
Hey,
Tony Blair was with
JB
George
guy.
Bush. It was embarrassing. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing was, is that Tony Blair was actually like beloved right until we got into the war.
Not by me, wasn't.
Well, I mean, by most people, like with some of the stuff
Like,
he did.
Oh yeah, by
He
most
was like-
members
he
in
was
my
like the
family, he was.
centrist
Yeah,
dream,
I
innit?
disliked the man.
I mean, he was like a conservative Labour and a good frontman, salesman.
Yeah,
as
because he
well.
was essentially like Labour leaning towards the working class, Conservatives towards the upper class, and then neutral when it come to
like students and stuff, because he never really, he didn't help students as much as people say, but he didn't do anything to like cut stuff. It was only the government
Sucked
afterwards.
in the working class got sucked in with the. We're not going to be tough on crime. We're going to be tough on the causes of crime. hey, that was new talk, cause no one went speaking like that. Cause I was like, oh, just send the man to jail, cause like,
yeah,
we're gonna fix the issues that's causing crime. Like, obviously, man didn't really fix the issues that's causing crime, cause
the problem is when it comes to like, when it
utopia
comes
and all that still, but
problem is
Every year that man was in power, we were at war with somebody. Bosnia, just something
Bosnia?
always seemed to be going on.
No, but
the
Bosnia.
British living standards in the UK rose at Guinness through what?
Hang on, Wendy.
Before
Wendy,
Tony Blair took over, yeah.
Sorry, Bonk. Wendy.
So go.
No, sorry about that.
We were at war with someone because I remember being
No,
at
no,
work
no, no.
watching the planes fly off in
Yeah, yeah,
1997.
We did get involved, but we weren't at war. We were
Kosovo,
observers.
they were slaughtering the Muslims in Kosovo.
Yeah, the Yugoslav war. We weren't fighting anyone. We were just observing.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
I
yeah,
just
do you know
remember
what?
seeing all these
No,
airplanes flying around.
Tell you what,
and the living standards rose for the average person in Tony Blair's time because of especially when the minimum wage thing came in. Before that, people was getting paid mad wages, like £2.50 an hour and shit.
I was going to say, the Wendy and like for the other people here, there's a really good series, an old BBC series that you can find probably on YouTube actually, called Warriors, and it's about British soldiers during the Bosnian War, and then when he comes back and stuff. So,
okay.
yeah, so bit of an old one, like probably like 2004, 2003, but it's really good. You'll like it.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, so we weren't at war. We just went into a war to observe, and well, we were meant to peacekeep, but we didn't.
Yeah.
I remember in school we sent food, like as a school, and boxed it up and sent it to Bosnia. Remember that?
Yeah. I remember there was about like well, I don't remember, but I remember like reading about it and like all the big drive from other countries and stuff.
Yeah, man. I say big up Jeremy.
Sorry, I was going to
best
say
prime minister we never had.
I was going to say Albania or another country built this giant golden statue of George Bush for helping them during the war. If you look it up, you'll find it. But I don't know if it's Albania or someone else, but they did do one.
Gold statue of Bush. Christ.
Yeah. Oh, right. Let me find the thing and I'll post it in the chat.
Hey. Right, Wendy.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who a guy called Popcorn is?
Who?
Your mother, shot your mother 1 million times.
Valley, will you stop it with that?
He sang that song still, yeah?
We are. I'll post the link in the chat. There we go.
Bloody hell.
Oh, man. Couple of intermissions along the route, you know?
Yeah, keep the train going. Tell you what, anyone got any like questions to throw out, or anyone want to talk about anything? Because I'm down there.
No, just jump on next time you're free, bro. Yeah, and then especially when it's a shit show, as you said, you like shit shows. So yeah, man.
Well, yeah, no, because I had
bro.
Yeah, no, I had a really good time at the start with yourself. Like, you should tell me about it and watching the video. And everyone obviously come in talking.
I'm have to rewind that.
There's so much lunatics here that do live streams that there's going to be content to review for fucking ever. I swear down. Yeah. There's so much lunatics that do live streams, yeah. Literally, we don't even have to review it. We can review each other's channels, and that literally just as each other, like in this mad community.
Mate,
we can just review. If people weren't striking each other, yeah, if distracting weren't for real or whatever, yeah, there would be some people saying it's some even worse shit that everyone would be like, fuck, you know, this brother's or this woman is
I'm not gonna lie, Belly, because he's a white guy. He's a European white guy, and he's obviously calling himself English. Yeah, that's obviously gonna fucking rattle a few tails. And on top of that, it's like he seems to be more of a humanitarian, in you know what I mean, and quite based. Yeah, where other people
you see
are
how the
basically
man
very
who's on the Europeans now, it's mad, isn't it?
Bro,
That's strange still. I was like, raw.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, yeah, it's like, dude,
Man said, you're not
like,
English.
you're gonna get a lot of
Damn.
hate, bro. I'll guarantee. Just give it a couple of weeks, yeah, and you're gonna be in the
There's no
fire.
way if your parents have got Scouse accents as well, yeah, there's no way the man them would ever be able to tell that you come from any different part of
Yeah, no,
Europe.
it's
Unless
literally
you
the same with yourself. I wouldn't.
specifically like someone from a different part of Europe.
No, I wouldn't say to yourself, like, obviously you were born here, you know, speak English, got an English accent. I wouldn't say to you, oh, your parents are Jamaican, so you're clearly Jamaican. No. The distinction I was trying to make with Wendy was that she was saying, oh, you're not English and that. And I said, right, not by blood, but by birth, yes.
You
know, and I
used
said
to
to
that,
her,
bro. That is going to happen a lot around there, cuz.
no, exactly. But, you know, I said to her, I don't speak with any foreign accent. You know, I don't follow any foreign things.
After that, they're gonna basically tell you that Islam and Muslims are the biggest problem since fucking, you know, from wherever. Since
And immigrants.
So,
Immigrants,
yeah.
immigration,
So literally,
Islam.
Yeah, that
Well,
is
the
going to
thing
be
is,
their
do you know-
argument.
No, do you know what as well is that the problem is that we can discuss anything and we can have a conversation about the government, immigration, Islam, Christianity,
No,
whatever.
brilliant. I would just like to see it unfold. I don't even want to tell you anything more than that. I'm giving you a heads up on what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. You continue to jump on every day.
But that's not true though. That's not true what Vicky's trying to type in the chat, yeah? The only people that have been labelled as racist are people that have made racist comments. Like, no, you're not just getting labelled as racist for saying no.
Exactly, yeah. Because
I like it when it's sunny outside. People make racist comments and then get labelled as racist and then cry about being labelled a racist after. That's
the thing.
what really happens.
Yeah, that's the thing. As I said, we can discuss anything. You know, if as what Wendy said, like immigration and Islam, we can talk about that. It's just I'm not going to come into the conversation and go Islam bad because of this. You know, it's like, well, what does that prove? Nothing. It's just you don't like Islam. Okay, tell me why. Oh, Islam bad. Islam bad. You know, it's just that's not a conversation. That is just repeating the tone.
All I'm saying is I'd love to see it unfold. So you know,
Yeah, the man them were going to tell me about the Aisha stuff and all that still.
Yeah, let it happen.
I'll say, obviously, most people that's grown up in the UK will disagree with that sort of any adults getting married to children and whatever, you know, especially if you're growing up over here, and because you know that's frowned upon in all sections of
So
society.
wait. What about arranged marriages where literally, you know, children are fixed? You know what I mean, like together, but to keep family sort of like unions and whatnot. Yeah, between one, I don't know. You know what I mean, family and another. Like
Saying betrothal,
allegiances
so
and that.
this child
Like,
promised to
like,
this other
you're
child
gonna be married
when
to
they're
this
old.
person when you're
Hold
of
on.
age.
Listen. If it's a thing of this child is betrothed to another child when they get of age of
when they get of
marriage
age,
or age of consent,
yeah.
like when they're adults, then they can get married. Then obviously, but I wouldn't.
And even when they're married, even when they're married,
that's not what I would
young,
do still. But
even when they're married quite young, they're not allowed to, do they say, be with each other until they're of age. You get me? So they're not allowed.
Yeah,
to,
I think you can arrange a marriage between two people, but they have to both agree and be able to.
people in rich families do that as well.
Yeah, of course.
See, like the wealthy families,
Aristocracy
like
done it
the
Royal family did that for
BMW
ages.
family and the Mercedes family and the Porsche family and so and so.
Exactly,
Then people will make sure that the obviously the wealth.
And again, that's to keep their wealth. You said it. That's to keep their wealth.
If it's of this thing like Ra, your flipping magical god has told you that it's okay to get married at 8 or whatever. It's like, obviously, I'm not going to
magical goddess.
You know what I'm saying?
The fuck?
Or your magical goddess, whoever it is. Yeah. I'm not saying. I'd actually don't agree with the betrothing thing, but I'm
allow
saying
the Hindu people, bro. Yeah. Magical goddess, that bad thing.
Jeez.
Whichever it is, yeah, that's saying that you lot can do this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah. Then I never grew up with sort of children getting married to adults, in it. So
anyway, bro, really, when you're getting live next, isn't it? Play that fucking Christian thing there in your own time, isn't it?
Christian what versus
With,
Gary Economics.
Yeah, 100, bro.
Yeah, I think everyone's seen that still. You know what? Yeah,
Really?
it's like
I just saw it
yeah,
today.
and it's that interview's a little bit old still, in it. You know, I got to kind of do them around at least within a week of the thing happening, in it. Like, you know, like, unless there's something to.
Let me check. Hold on a second. So Gary Economics, I just saved it on my thing.
What was it you were saying?
He's in the garage, man. That's why it's echoing. He's not in the fucking song.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's been echoing for like. It's been echoing for like.
You know what it is? I need
nigh on 3 hours.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, so
man's been in the toilet for 3 hours,
see?
bro. If you've been in the toilet for 3 hours, then
No,
you've
no.
got issues. Yeah.
No. I've got a very, very big space there, bro.
No, Triller is Nathan's on the toilet right now, just with his laptop.
No. Listen,
Yeah.
everyone's seen my home gym, my man cave. Everyone's seen it.
Yeah, he's been putting the flipping camera on for God knows shots there.
What, man? I can't show, bro. I'm proud of it, bro. I'm proud of it.
I don't know who you're trying to invite to your rainbow garage, cuz.
Listen, no rainbows here, bro. No rainbows here.
Yeah, you might find Zippy or Mongrel around there, cuz. In that rainbow garage.
Listen, allow my RGB lights, yeah? Alright, allow it.
Alright. Deb said it's empty garage, mate. Mad.
But hold on a second. It's not, but it's so big. And like, dude, I'm literally trying to fill it up. You know.
They call it a gay rage.
Hold on a second. Oh, this was 1 month ago. You're right. This interview was a month ago. You're right.
Yo, man, I sure that man saying it's a dance studio. Oh man,
bro, I'm looking to it, so I've got to get. This weekend, I'm getting paid.
That's funny still.
And I'm fucking looking to
I said you got 100-inch TV and no furniture. Well, go on, cuz. You know what you gotta do, cuz. Listen, actually, you want to get rid of that echo, yeah? You need to get soundproofing plasterboard and get the walls plasterboarded out.
Bro, I've already
got a microphone.
If you get acoustic, listen. I'm helping you out, bro. It's free, bro. People will charge you for this shit. Yeah, acoustic wooden flooring, so then it sounds like it's in an actual room, innit? No echoing and no.
Literally, bro. Are you tired or something? Yeah, like, dude, I've got literally. Let me just hold on a second. Where are you? Let me just type into your thing, yeah. Bro, I've got everything done. You think I'm gonna fucking spend more money?
I'm telling you, I swear it's either the pink or the purple plasterboard is acoustic still.
Bro,
and if you slap them with a little bit of insulation around the wall, yeah, you won't get the echoey sound.
I'm not trying to make this a live stream studio, bro. You get me? What the fuck? This is not it. Like, end of the day, I've got another room next door.
They're saying when your dad parks the car in the garage, yeah, then the sound goes.
I'm not, bro. This is what I'm saying. Hold on a second.
I was gonna say, Mark, with your channel, is it just like streams like this and stuff, or do you do vids or anything?
Yeah, we just review videos, really try to get opposing views on. So instead of like patting each other on the back, then we have a discussion that the crowd are worth listening to and that sort of stuff. There. Triller, is that you? Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit! Oh, you trying to share screen? You got to unmute, cuz. Which one you on?
Oh, fucking it. All right, cool. Keep me on this one then. Fucking hell. But yeah.
You got what are you doing?
Kick me off the other one, innit? Kick me off the other one.
Just
Tell you
make
what,
sure it's
then,
kicked off
I thought you
properly, though.
uploaded that one, yeah, because you was
Yeah, cool. Kick me off that one.
your battery
But then
died or something.
fucking hold on. Let me just make sure my camera got the right camera on. I don't want to show.
Tell you what, then after Triller shows us stuff, if anyone wants to jump on and
He wants to show off his garage now.
No, but all I'm saying
Let's
is
put your
this is just
sunglasses
for
on
bear,
and get
bro.
ready,
This
yeah?
is just
Hey,
for bear.
should
So
I
like,
make you full screen so you can stunt properly?
whatever, innit? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, but fucking, look, this is my shit here. Yeah.
Thrillers
So
in
this
the
is my
garage.
fucking gym equipment. You know what I mean? This is I'm gonna get couches all along the wall and everything else. Yeah. That's my space that I'm gonna fill up with something. I don't know. I'm gonna probably put my boxing shit maybe around here or whatever, and maybe probably make that some sort of fucking other area. I don't know yet. Got my fucking obviously my
we need to play in the
100-inch
background.
TV.
If I wasn't
Yeah.
rich, girl, na.
Bro, come on, bro. This is just my. This
I'd
is just
have
the back
all
of my
the
house.
money in the world.
And then you're
Come on,
talking
the
about
world
parking the car. That's where my dad wanted to park the car. Yeah, I
kind of
told my
rich? What's
dad,
a
yo, we
million
only got
rich?
2 cars. We don't need to park the
You need
car
to
in the
get two.
garage.
Hey, listen.
Only got
You see
2
when I'm
cars.
singing that song, yeah, you need to get two Indian girls in the background to be doing the butterfly.
I'm gonna get my tapestry from Timu on all of these walls, bro, and I'm gonna fucking rotate them. Yeah, so I'm gonna have
I
some
need to get the
fucking beautiful
Triller tape.
decorated
Where's
art. You get me? Yeah. Got my
Where's
LED
the
lights
girls
there.
that you could sell them to go and make you a drink and that?
So yeah, man, it is
Go
what it
make
is, bro.
me and Velly a drink.
I was going to say, with the gym equipment, are you happy with what you've got now, or are you getting more?
I'm getting more, yeah. I'm getting much better. This is my old stuff. You know what I mean? It's some old stuff. I'm getting better stuff.
Get a hot tub for the corner. Oh,
Bro, you know what I'm looking at? So, bro,
Where's
I'm
the
looking to get
bar?
the home hub. You know the fucking Google Hub or Hive or whatever. I don't want to get Hive because of fucking Luke and all them batty
Merc's gonna
boys,
get
yeah?
onto you as well, man.
You get me?
God
That
damn,
will
man.
remind me
Merc's
of
here
those
as well,
fucking
you know,
pricks,
Triller.
innit? So get probably Alexa, whatever, Google Home. You know, so I can control, bro, you can control the heating,
Hey,
the
the only thing Merc
lights.
hates more than Abdul's is Triller. Oh my
You get
days.
me? I wanna get all that shit
Yeah,
smart
and
right now. You get me?
No,
that's not my
don't
play,
don't
yeah.
go for a smart
That's
house.
Merc's
You know what I mean?
bars, you get me?
Bro, I might as well, bro, because
No, smart house is like
Before the man then try to rush
a
me
bit
in the
too
park.
far.
nah, I don't think so, bro. Look, it's not a big deal me switching on buttons. Yeah. I wanted the buttons, but
No,
I
did you
thought-
ever did you ever remember there was some guy in America, and he had like a fully automated smart house, and then because something happened, but all the stuff wouldn't
So
work.
is it instead in? Sorry, you see the garage here? Is that instead into another room? You knocked a wall down in a room, and
Nah, see, I got
converted the wall in the
look,
garage.
I got
that
another
was
room
just a
here.
garage.
I'm looking to make this like a guest house, innit?
Oh, okay.
Hold on. It's a bit dark in here, but hold on. Let me put a light on. But this is like, so far, this is just keeping some storage, you get me, in here.
It's big, that as well.
So this is basically, this was the main garage, yeah? All of this is the main garage, and this is all got done. Look, got the floors done, everything, you get me, properly. And this is basically the spare room, and this is all going to get done, you know what I mean, like into a proper bedroom, innit? So, you know what I mean? I'm
Is it just a spare bedroom for yourself, or are you going to like Airbnb?
Yeah, for whoever, innit? Myself mostly, but because not that many people come around. But just,
Oh, okay, I'll come down next week then.
I want a separate accommodation, so when, I could bring my missus over more often.
Yeah, but the toilet's in the house, isn't it?
Yeah,
in the
man.
big house. Oh, the toilet's in the big house.
I've got the toilet there, the bathroom's there. No, the bathroom's here, bro.
Oh, you got a bathroom down there as well, yeah?
Yeah, I've got the bathroom here. Hold on. I can't.
Yeah, they're on to you, bro. You ain't got to show me the whole shit, though, man. You know what I mean? That don't make them, because that's what the man them will do on that thing, one minute.
Yeah, I got the bathroom anyway.
It's
I've
truly
already
trying
done the
to impress
bathroom
the
and
man them
everything,
or
bro.
the girl them.
I got the fucking shower, bathroom, everything, bro. It's all
That's how you know
refurbished.
we're surrounded by pure bad mind, cuz. You
I'm
can't
just
even
saying,
show
bro.
off your
It's all
shit.
there. You get me? I just don't want to show the bathroom because the mirror's directly
You
in
can't be
front of me.
rich, the man them will dish you. You can't be poor, the man them will dish you. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. But I'm not rich. I'm not rich. I'm just well off. You get me? I just don't have to worry about bills, but we still worry about bills. You get me? So we've got that mentality.
Yeah,
Where,
I love it.
come on, bro.
Guinness skin.
Lights are gotta be, bro. Like my heating is off. Yeah, like it's what time is it? It's like 12 o'clock at night.
This is, I should have
My
played the
heating's
garage
off.
stream. It's
Yeah,
true, you know.
but I turned my heating up for like about 20 minutes. Yeah, in the
I should have played.
and it kept everything warm. Now it's feeling a bit chilly.
Yeah, see, I see what you mean. You're not rich as in like, oh, I can buy a Lamborghini and fly to Miami the next day.
Nah, I
You're
don't
in the
waste
sense
money,
of-
bro. I haven't got the mentality of wasting money, bro. Like,
No, yeah, you're
it's-
in the sense of like, I've got money, but I'm going to spend it on like renovations or housing or something like
dude,
that. Yeah.
it's a thing where, like, you know, my mum, where she always tells me, shut the fucking light off, you get me? Shut this off, shut that off, you get me? That is
Oh, yeah, no,
rattling in my
honestly.
head. That is
Yeah.
in my head. And yeah, so like, I can't ignore that. It's just instilled in me, you get me? I have to literally save. I have to
That's what
save, and I
was
can't
gonna say, man.
spend
It
big.
does look like a decent size in there, man. Like,
That's why my girlfriends are always pissed off at me, because they're like, "Why don't you buy me shit? Why don't you do shit?" I'm like, "Listen, bitch, I'm broke. I'm buying. I got."
Yeah, well, I'm just reading the chat now. If anyone from the chat wants to jump in, I'm happy to talk.
man called it a
Come on
swingers
down.
basement. Oh my god. MTV crib is shit these days. Lord of mercy.
Hey, it's not finished, bro. It's far from complete, bro. I've got a lot to do. That's just. This is me just throwing shit in for the sake of it.
Yeah, showing the space that you've got to go over.
Yeah,
We
this
said
is
underfloor heating.
this
I
is
thought I
temporary.
see a radiator on
I've
the
got a
wall.
lot
I
of
thought I
money
see a
to
couple
put into
radiators.
this. Yeah.
You got radiators on the wall, innit? You ain't got underfloor heating.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, I
5
saw a
radiators.
couple radiators in there, man.
Bro, I've got 5
So-
radiators in this, bro. Like, 1
Yeah, it
there,
must be hot in there, cuz.
2 there. That's what I mean. It warms up quick, you know. Like 3,
Yeah, well, if you got
4,
like
and I've
three
got
fucking
5.
4 radiators in one room like that, it must be banging
Yeah.
in there, cuz.
Bro, it heats up quick, bro. But like, hey, bro, I gotta know. You might have to give me some advice on how to get this. I really want to get this fucking, you know, the heating on your phone.
Hot
someone said in the
I want to
comments,
get smart
Thriller
heating,
and
bro.
his,
So when I come
Thriller
home, I want it to be warm. Hit the gym in the morning. Hit the gym. You get me? Bam, bro. You get me?
Yeah,
I want
you
it.
know
I
what
want
you
it
gotta
all.
do, yeah? So all you gotta do is either get a Nest or a Hive
Yeah.
thermostat.
But I don't want to
You can
get
program
Hive
it.
because of fucking. I mean, the fucking racist bastards
Yeah,
in
but
the
you
Hive,
can
innit?
get a Hive like thingbob from fucking Amazon or something. One without
So-
subscription, and then you can program it or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I just want it.
Programmable
Like,
thermostat.
anyway, like
get that
I'd
installed.
rather just do it myself, innit? Or if it comes with the subscription where they can do it, you know, they install it. That's brilliant. But I don't know how it works. So I want to get, because bro, I literally went to this house the other day, and they had everything on. They were like, Google, shut off my fan. Google, shut off my heating. Google, fucking shut off my TV. I was like, bro, this shit is sick. I need to get this. I go, yo, how'd you get this? They were like, yeah, my kids set it up. I was like, nah.
Right nowadays.
I need to get this, bro. I need this shit.
Them American boy, they say, listen, yeah. No. American plumbing shit, cuz so one buys American shit, man. Like, no one buys American cars or that.
What are you saying? You're not feeling Pimlico plumbers, yeah?
Milwaukee's decent still.
What do you
Val,
think
I'm
about
sorry,
Pimlico
what's
plumbers?
Sorry, mate.
Say that again, bro.
I was going to say, if you got anyone to bring on, I did invite the chat, but it's your stream, so I don't want to start taking over. And
Yeah, well, shout them, man. Who was you thinking?
yeah, go on.
that needs to
If
jump
anyone
on the
wants
panel
from
and
the chat
announce
wants to
this
jump in, you know, feel free to. Like, I'm down.
They're too
you know.
shook, man. They can't
Yeah,
touch this
nah,
stuff now.
that's it, man. Take over, bro. Fuck these lot, bro. Fuck the chat.
Yeah, man.
Must have taken with a huge pinch of salt. Start talking to me there, Victoria West. Can I get
I think she's telling you about Triller, innit? You know?
What, man? These are haters, bro. Fuck off, man. Get me. Yeah, these
Paul
are haters,
Bear,
bro.
thank you, Tilly.
Hey, mad.
I mean, watch when they see the finished article, man. Oh my days, these are gonna be crying. Oh my days. And watch if I'm single. Oh my days. If my bitch fucks up, oh my days, she's gonna regret it. I'm gonna be having mad parties out here. Mad ones. I'm telling you, bro, some of my bridges, bro, they are fucking naughty as fuck, bro. I'm gonna be calling all the mandem over. They're gonna be bringing 5-10 bitches, bro. Are you mad? Each man.
So in chat, John called us lunatic panelists. So, come on then, John.
You gotta get into that. You gotta get into adults' life now, man. Big man.
I'm just saying, bro. Look, right now, I got wifey material, but if she don't want to be wifey material, that's up to her. You get me? It's her loss. I'm gonna go wilding out, bro. I'm telling you, I got a 5-year plan, and my plan is to fuck until I find the one, bro. That's it. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I'm out, bro. I'm gonna play some FIFA and go to bed, bro. Peace.
Oh, no worries, mate. Enjoy.
You too, bro.
It's just me and you, know, any fella. If you need to like jump off, end the stream, like something like that, because I know it's a bit late now. Just don't let me keep you up. Do you know what I mean?
Yo, hey, sorry, man. I was just chatting to the mission. Right,
No, it's all right. I was just going to say.
Say less, man. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up still, man. We're done like nearly 4 hours.
Yeah, no, I know it's late as well. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Night, you know what I mean?
Right, thanks for inviting us on. Hope to do it again in the future. Have a good night,
Big
mate.
up, man. Big up. Yeah, you're welcome to jump on any time, man. If you know any people that have opposing views, tell them to come through, click the link. We can have a little debate and a discussion on things we disagree on.
Oh, yeah, no, will do.
Speaking about the stuff we agree on, right?
Yeah, no worries, mate.
On this YouTube scenario and all that, man. Yeah, big up, man. Yeah, thanks for the donation as well, man.
It's all right, mate. Look after yourself, lads. Take care.
Big up, man. Big up yourself, bro. I'm on big up, man, like bear, you know. Yeah. Yeah, man. Big up should have still, man. Yeah. Then this thing still, man. You know. I tell you what, yeah. Let's play a little bit more of this video still, yeah. Big up Caps.
Who? So when someone said, "Oh, the blacks sold each other into slavery," I said, "Which blacks?"
Yeah.
In the same way, no one ever says, "Oh, World War II was just whites bombing whites." No, it was the Germans against the British and whoever else was involved. So who sold who into slavery? And that's my biggest thing, is that slavery was everywhere and happened like non-stop. This wasn't a new thing that happened. There was been slavery. They call it indentured servitude, whatever you want to fancy name you want to call it. But my thing is that as much as we've come out of slavery, we're technically still in slavery, because if they wanted to start it again, they could. And I remember I watched one clip on TikTok the other day, and I think I mentioned it, where it was basically like a guy making up some kind of scenario where you had like a Chinese woman sitting down somewhere, you had an Indian woman sitting down somewhere, you had a white woman sitting down somewhere, a Jewish woman sitting down somewhere. So basically you had all these different women sitting down, and you had a black woman sitting down there. And basically they all started arguing amongst themselves, the women. And then obviously the Jew came up and said, "Look, if you carry on chatting nonsense, I'm gonna lock off all your news channels, lock off all your media." Then the Chinese person stood up and said, "Look, if you not keep on arguing, I'm gonna stop all the manufacturing that comes from China, blah, blah, blah." Then a Russian person came and said, "If you continue chatting, I'm gonna lock off all the fuel." So basically every single woman basically started standing up and saying, "If you don't watch your mouth," then it came to the black woman.
And there was no consequences.
I think, apart from maybe entertainment.
So, see, I was gonna say this,
which is a huge thing.
Yeah.
But it's not survival.
It's not impactful.
What can black people do that would impact the world, that it would almost stop, or it would increase the price of something?
Stop letting our natural resources get
crossed over. We don't own it though.
Huh?
We can't stop.
That's exactly why I said we need that button. If we had that button,
no, serious question.
That's the only way you level out the field. Unfortunately.
Yeah. What do we? What? Try and think, and I want the listeners to think. And I hate using the term black. So let's say West Africans. I know you're saying, why are you dividing Africa? No, not all Africans are the same. I know it's a continent. You can't group everyone in Africa. I'll say, look at Central Africa, being those maybe from Ghana, from Congo, from Ivory Coast.
Ghana's not central. Ghana's west.
Is it west? But you know,
Ghana's more west than us.
Yeah, but you know what I mean by that sort of part of Africa, Cameroon, Ivory Coast. Basically, people that look like us. Simple as that. What could we do to impact the world where it would stop? Like where, for instance, somebody would say, look what's happening with China and Trump right now. Like where these set of Africans would say, I'm stopping something and the world is going to stop.
Nothing. There is nothing.
Go suck your mother.